and welcome to another Girls Gets Glory live stream. We did so much costuming in the last week. I think this week we all went a little less, but thanks for tuning in. We had fun with you all on our Halloween stream. So let's just go around, remind everyone who we are, and Kelly will give a little blurb, and we'll get started.
I'm Greczyn, and I play Rowan of Glen Hollyhock, a Forest Gnome Druid.
I'm Kim Hidalgo, and I play Fauna Underbough, a halfling cleric.
Sorry when they do that. My name is Kelen, Coleman, and I play Dranisha Theodrias, the Dragonborn Barbarian.
Hey everybody, I'm Kelly D'Angelo, your Dungeon Master.
Hi, I'm Erika Fermina, and I play Lala, Lemonboots, your Pixie Ranger.
I'm Rachel Seeley, and as always, I play Moira Muirren, bitter, angry, noble paladin.
And I'm Lilith. No, I'm not. I'm Allie. I just want to be Lilith, okay? I'm Allie Gonino. I'm playing Lilith Lucena, Tiefling Bard.
Great. So, nice little summary. Any announcements? Anything to kind of cover for the chat today?
We're giving away Idle Champion codes, as always. Jen, is it open? It's open, so exclamation point raffle to enter, and we'll be picking winners at break and at the end, as usual.
Fantastic. And also, we wanted to say, just off the top of our heads, our hearts are with Texas right now with the news that had happened today. So we're glad that you're here with us to escape the chaos. Right now, Thay looks like a welcoming location in comparison. So we're just going to get out of our heads for a bit, but we want to let you guys know that our hearts are with
my home state
right now. Yeah. Sad. All right, so a recap. So this group of adventurers had been transported and betrayed by somebody when they were in Chult. This mysterious woman named Valindra, who had sent you guys, quickly unveiling her true form as she was transporting you into a strange land, a petrified forest called the Ganathwood, which they soon found out thanks to two traveling adventurers that they met along the way, Dranisha and Fauna, who are now a part of their adventuring band. Together, they met this strange kind of being right before they had walked into a desecrated landscape of some sort, and were quickly brought underneath the Ganathwood into a underground tunnel that connected them to the city of Byzanter, which was the closest city in a direction that they were attempting to go. Upon walking into Byzanter, they realized that the tunnel led out into this college called the Hexagon, which is this hex-based college in Byzanter, into a sort of almost animalistic frat, Dark Lord, Voldemort-y kind of situation where people were getting killed and resurrected. It was a tumultuous situation because they did not know how to leave without raising red flags, especially in a city like Byzanter that has a very different structure since they're in Thay. After killing the head hexer, head of this, oversaw this section of it that this buddy of theirs, Todd, was attempting to get his binds off of, surprisingly also a cousin, distant cousin maybe, of Lilith upon that journey. He then, you guys resurrected him, Saxon, with a new name.
Mr. Bubbles.
Mr. Bubbles.
Can I have Mr. Bubbles too?
Oh, you need a Mr. Bubbles, of course. Where is
Everyone needs a Mr. Bubbles.
Mr. Bubbles.
And I have a skeleton now too.
Sneakers.
Sneaker.
You guys then went into Byzanter and tried to figure out just how to get out of there. So you wanted to hire a boat or figure some situation out where a boat could be stolen or something like that. And you guys were quickly brought into the kind of beached, piratey looking ship that a lot of the terminals were coming in and out of, and the docks were kind of keeping their logs. From there, you guys went to the observatory, where you were quickly attempting to figure out who to trust and who not to trust, and you found out in good and bad ways, being that some people were trying to take over your lives, it appears. That's where you found Sneakers. And then you guys found a boat that seemed to be of a decent quality, Saxon's old boat. You met with Edna, who had been transported across the way looking for Saxon, and conveniently, she was frustrated that he was not attending any of the meetings. And thus, we saw some interests align. You guys hired out a motley crew of these people who semi-knew how to handle a boat, kind of a minimal amount, right around the cusp of what you guys needed for this small boat that you guys wanted to bring out into the Sea of Fallen Stars. It was a long journey. You guys have been on the sea for at least almost pushing closer to a 10 day now, because you guys have been kind of traveling near and far and just pushing in one direction, just constantly due northwest. You guys then passed through this wall that you guys knew was going to be coming, but Wine kind of, in his hesitancy, kind of attempted to deal with the currents and the tides in order to make sure that you could safely pass over Shark's Bane Wall, which you did, but not without the interest or drawing the interest of some strange creatures that followed you guys over it. And that's where that battle was last week. That took place in the water with a couple spells casted and some very close or death experiences, but people resurrected in time with some smart thinking and some good spell casting, but taught everybody a lot about how dangerous water could be. And
Don't jump in the water.
I was
ever
tired.
again.
I was tired.
you guys also realized that on this boat, as you were pushing in this direction, there's somebody else on this boat, this undead person named Tamith. But she has memory loss and hasn't really done anything to raise suspicion. So you guys are just continuing to push northwest at a fairly decent speed. The sun had now set, being that you guys just ended this battle at the cusp of the sunset. So torches and lamps and oil lamps are beginning to get illuminated around. The winds are kind of petering out, but you can still see that looming shadow in the sky that appears to be within a day's reach as those clouds have slowly been coming closer to you.
So am I just out of the water?
Yeah,
Like,
you guys are like
fresh out
like,
the water.
Exactly. Yeah. This is right after the battle.
Are they still passed out?
No, she's awake. She's
I'm gonna
which is
cast...
why I'm going to. Well,
Are you gonna heal her?
yes,
Good
I was
job.
going to. If I don't.
I like the healing.
Let me see first. Do I have any spell? I do, because I wasn't able to use any spell slots, so we're just going
You
to
need
do it.
healing too, though, Moira, right?
I do, but she needs it more because she's at what?
Can I heal both of you though? Right now? I would do mass healing word. Wait, I think that's what it's called.
So yeah, I believe you can channel and you can choose up to 8 willing creatures and give them.
All the people, all my people are I can choose all of you. So you're all
I
being
don't need healing.
choose who need healing.
I don't need
And I'm gonna give you
I'm strong. Like bull.
11 points of healing each.
Do I take more points?
No, it can't.
Okay, don't do it me.
I'm going to. You were at 7.
You hear Wine shouting at the top right now. Just, are you okay? Are you okay? Pretty ladies, okay?
We're not dead yet.
Ladies,
Who is that?
it's Wine.
Wine.
Oh.
Why, we're okay. It was touch and go there for a moment, but we made it.
Okay.
Do you happen to know of any mer people around these parts?
Something grabbed me down there.
We almost had 2 fatalities.
And then,
Almost, but we
just
didn't.
running up directly to you, the little dwarf.
What's his name, Walton?
Walton.
Is that right?
Peppily, yep. Peppily kind of walking up to you.
My boyfriend.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Dranisha, I was so worried about you.
Darling, I'm okay.
Okay.
My friends, not so much. Me, fine. But they have now healed a little.
She was a real hero earlier.
I was okay.
You're a hero to me too.
Oh.
I should probably go make sure
Yeah,
that the
go,
boat
go,
doesn't,
yeah, go.
it
That's-
hasn't any damage. And he runs down into the hole just as quickly as his little feet could make him.
Did you hear me? I was talking you up.
Thank you, darling.
I'd like
Goodness
to know
gracious.
who the mer people were that I saw. I saw a gentleman creature with 3 very powerful, bolty things.
He had a trident and he had big arms, and I ripped him off his body.
Awful.
I
touched
agree that because he
I'd
did
like to ask
me
Edna.
one of those.
Okay, so Noah ran up, I think she ran up into the crow's nest and then
Fork.
here came down. So
Shut
here's
up.
walking
Edna!
around.
That's rude.
She kind of her eyes are wide and she's just shaking up there really scared.
Oh, you poor thing.
That was just horrible. That was scary. I'm very scared. My bones are so brittle. How do you all do that?
Perhaps I could offer you a distraction. With all your wealth of knowledge, you being a librarian and all,
Yes.
I was wondering if you happen to know what sort of mer people with big, bolty trident sort of things might be around these parts.
In honest, I hate to say this, but I was quite scared, so I didn't get a good look at them. Anyone Anyone here have she from the top? She kind of pulls out a piece of paper and a pen. Anyone quite good at drawing? Drawing? It's a nice calm draw after the battle.
I think you saw it the best of us.
Oh, okay. So she
With
like
your
runs
sharp
down from the
eyes.
crow's nest and
Just
she
a nice
hops
calm
over
draw.
there. Her and here exchange.
Draw
He runs
what
up
your
to the
sharp
crow's
eyes
nest.
see.
She hands you this piece of paper.
She's still shark? No.
And you begin to drown. Can I have you? We'll make this. You can choose between a dexterity or a performance check, and attempt to finesse the prerequisite of the draw.
He's got a big booty.
Where is
It
it?
sounds accurate.
Is that a snake?
Okay.
I don't understand.
It's much better.
So now we know what Alice did. What's
Dex. Dex.
You can
why
choose
Dex?
a dex or a performance roll because
Oh.
it's like a finesse.
Okay,
so
I'll
the
do
dex is going to be a little bit more detailed, whereas the performance roll would be more like a watercolor.
Yeah, he's a big booty merman. 10, 12.
12? Okay, so you're not used to drawing. It looks kind of like that.
I'm a much better writer than I am a drawer.
Is that his hair?
Maybe it might be tridents.
I mean, it's not too far off, but
Very slender waist.
she kind of
effeminate,
examines
no?
the drawing.
Yes, very
And
effeminate.
sees this, let's see if she has a recollection of what kind of creature this would be. She looks at it, her brow furrows, and she puts her hands to her chin. And you know that drawing. By the way, you have raw talent.
You're far too kind.
You're very, very good at very specific parts
Very
of getting
raw is the key
body
word.
down.
She's good at the butt. Very good at drawing the butt.
I do like a good mermaid.
I said raw, and you said she's good at the butt.
At drawing. Good at drawing the butt. You knew what I meant. It's totally
Go
fine.
on.
But I do think that this is not from the shape, specifically the lower half. I don't think it's a mare person that you're saying or anything like that. It doesn't the shape, it's bulbous in a way, and it has these things coming out of its chin, and from the way it looks, it does look fishy, but it's not. I mean, I've heard stories, and I know things about merfolk and sea elves and things of that nature, but
What do you think it is? Oh, I'm not there.
What do you think it is?
you guys are kind of on the top of the deck. Watch. Alice was like drawing it slowly, and you guys kind of caught she was drawing something. And she looks at it, and I'm not as familiar with these beings. I think they're called sanguines.
Like a penguin, but a person?
A singing penguin.
I don't have a great I've heard of these creatures, and honestly, I may be wrong, but I think that's what they are.
Isn't that just an old wood blood?
Well, next town we're in, I'll be looking up about these folk.
I don't know. My memory fails me. I've only heard of these creatures before.
Moira, Lilith,
Yes.
are you guys still in pain? Do you still
A
need
little.
30
healing?
hit points left. I'm just
I
a
healed her.
little
You-
tired from the
You're
battle.
okay? You're both healed enough?
Well, I'm not at half of my health.
I'm gonna cure wounds on you.
I can
I
play
could
a
just-
song.
Yeah, I could just lay hands on myself just to
sounds
feel
lovely.
better.
I can also healing word, song of rest.
Do you need me to cure wounds on either of you? Is my question.
I wouldn't say no.
Okay, I'm gonna cure wounds on you.
Thank you.
And you're gonna take blip, blip, blip.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Some little
Oh,
pieces
good
of water
roll.
bloop, bloop, bloop over the.
14 points.
Ooh, thank you. That's quite lovely.
She's lucky hands.
They're quite healing.
As they glow and emanate this power, and you can see it kind of insert and glow into Moira, healing her up.
While I'm healing Moira, I'm gonna try and take one of the potion drinks, the yellow ones from the
If you
party.
want one, I can just give it to you, unless you're going to try and use it on Gylon, and that would be a little inappropriate. Tiny
No,
child.
don't give it to her.
Tiny child,
Don't
that's a
give
little
it to her.
inappropriate.
I didn't tell it. I was telling the DM that I'm gonna try and steal it.
Okay. All right. So, who has it? Who has it on them?
Is
Moira.
it a love potion?
Okay.
drink them all
So
down.
this
know
is
about
how
these
this is
potions.
gonna work really quickly. Your passive perception is
Probably not good. What is it, like a
Don't
10?
let her get
Let's
it.
find out.
everyone. I
What
should
is
actually
it?
know everyone's passive
Yeah, it's a
perception,
10.
except unfortunately, Rowan, you're busy drawing,
yours
so you're not paying attention.
Okay.
Perception?
But give me your passive just in case, because the DC will go up for you.
Moira's not perceptive. That's why she's always seeing birds everywhere.
What's everyone's passive?
What's passive?
I think yours, unfortunately, is going to be a baseline of,
Mine's passive
yours is,
wisdom.
10 minus 1,
Oh,
so 9.
JK. Also perception.
Where?
10.
10?
9.
15.
15,
I
okay.
can count this many.
So, all right. So
Okay.
roll a stealth to attempt to
I'm very perceptive.
tiptoe into Moira's back pocket and steal it.
In a satchel.
Oh, I
Six.
like the
I'm
rose
going to
gold.
slap her hands away and say, no, that's inappropriate.
You don't know what I was gonna do with
Oh, I
it.
know what you were going to do.
Is it
I
a
just
love potion?
wanted.
Tiny child, no, it's a potion
Oh.
that when you drink it, you become happy. Just very happy.
He just seems like he
You
could
want to make
use
him
the
happy.
joy.
I think that Gylon will be fine. You just keep smiling at him and being kind to him, and
Maybe
you'll
I'll go
work
play
your
some more
magic.
music for Gylon.
How
think
about
we
we
need
leave
to
Gylon
break her
alone for
heart
just a
by-
minute? He is in the middle of tying some very good ropes.
Moira's a
So-
rope expert. So.
I am a rope expert.
She Okay. I just sometimes you have to be nice to people and make them happy.
Well, sure. You don't need a potion for that. You can just be nice to him and win him over with your charm.
Or you could leave him alone. I've been trying.
And you know what? In the end, I'm just gonna sit her down and just. In the end, if he isn't receptive of your incredible charm, then he's not worth it. You'll find someone who.
Moira, I like to beg to differ. Gylon
I
is
like to beg
always
to
worth
differ.
it.
You might find someone better than Gylon. You're only.
You might just have to
13.
wait like 8 more years.
This
before
goes for you
can
too.
really- I'm of age.
You are of age, no,
And I'm
talking about
also very good at
finding
taking
someone that you-
rejection.
Good.
I get over it quickly.
Good.
But what I'm saying to you is, you know, just maybe he might be like weirded out by the age difference. You are 12.
I know, I'm just.
But there's a law in this world. I've heard. I heard there's a law that you have to be of certain age to be with men that age. I heard the law. I heard
And
it.
imagine when you're of an age and you find a man who's of the same age.
Yes,
Or around
he would
that
go to
mark.
jail. You don't want him
Gylon
to
will
go
be
to
old
jail.
looking by then, and
Guys,
you will have
I'm not
someone.
trying to do anything illegal. I'm
Of course
just trying to lay the foundation so that when I'm old enough, he'll think of me. And also,
That's called the
Well,
long
you just
game.
have to be yourself, and if
She's
he does think of you,
playing-
fantastic. If not, you'll find better.
She's playing the long game.
I'm playing the long game. Dranisha understands.
I'm sure.
I do.
As you guys say that, you realize that like he had finished tying a rope, and he kind of, you guys are all talking kind of in the center, and he kind of
Can I just
has to.
motion for him to like,
Dranisha
tie
and I
more
don't know
ropes?
anything about the long game.
No, we do not.
Tie another. Go. I need you to tie that thing as well. Tie it down.
What are you pointing to?
A barrel. I need you to just tie it down so it doesn't go overboard. It's full of fresh water. We don't want to just.
He's gonna roll an insight check on you just to see if he can understand what you're
Just tie
asking.
the barrel.
Persuasion, really quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another.
That's what I'm
solution.
good at. I think. I don't remember. I don't know who I am.
So as
anymore.
she's shouting this, are you saying something
yes,
to him too?
Gylon, I heard from a bird about some laws.
That's-
I also
I'm-
heard from a
that's-
bird that
yeah.
you
No,
might
I don't
be
like this dice. I don't trust this.
betrothed to
No.
someone you're getting married to in a few years. Betrothed, right?
Just a knife.
Yes, you're
But
getting
yes,
married to
yes.
someone. No, that's so sad.
Oh, I mean, congratulations,
But
Gylon.
congratulations.
We
Can-
hope
That's
that we
great.
can get you back
Yes.
to her.
Yes.
Very good.
I would
what
like to
we're-
go to the wedding.
Yes.
We
I'll
can
play
all go.
drums. She'll play a little mandolin. It's be great. And
Oh,
you could be
that's-
flower
We'll
girl.
be married.
No, she don't.
And then she'll find someone very wonderful, won't she?
Mm.
Yes.
At the wedding. And
Kylon,
you'll
do I
dance with a
picked up
very
the last
She's
handsome
okay.
man.
She's okay because
Guys,
you know
Fauna's
why you want
sad.
him to be happy.
Why don't you tie
Tie the
the
barrel.
He
Tie
just-
the barrel down.
He runs over to the barrel the moment he sees her starting to, her eyes
But
well up.
no, but I heard Gylon has a young cousin.
Oh.
Marriages end all the time.
He might have a cousin that looks
It
exactly
had to happen. It
Oh,
had to happen.
Rowan.
1 and 2.
What did she say? What did she say?
What did you say?
She's talking about
1 and 2
Marriages
marriages end all the time.
ending.
theory of divorce, whatever it is.
They haven't even gotten married yet.
I'm
though.
just going to heal myself up.
All right,
Leon
so as this conversation kind of dissipates and everyone's trying to heal up and some concussions have happened here or there, you guys take some
Broken
time.
hearts.
The waves are crashing,
Everybody's got to get their heart broken.
in a very steady pattern against the waves. And you can feel them rising and falling, and you can feel like it's growing ever so slightly. As Walton runs up, and you can overhear that the ship thankfully did not take any damage during the battle, and you guys had fended off anything that could cause trouble in the middle of the sea. So, as you guys rest up, you at least are able to take a short rest if you wish, and if you wish to
Play a song.
of healing just in case.
How much do I get back from a short rest?
So that's your hit die. So you're able to use the amount of hit die you're allotted per day to heal up. So it should be, yes.
But we don't get long rest.
Not yet. For right now, you guys are just relaxing after that really troubling battle.
Is it nighttime?
Yes.
I gotta keep my army going.
Okay. So you cast once more upon your undead.
Yeah.
Do I get any spell slots left?
It depends. You as a druid likely will regain during a short rest your animal forms.
Okay.
But I don't believe you gain spells. You just are able to recharge certain allotment of your animal changing.
Okay.
Yes, just double check that in your player's handbook. I think it's dependent on your spell level. Your level, just level.
Because I had some
Does
beer,
anybody wish to do
apparently.
anything else during this short rest, this hour-long rest?
I probably won't take a rest.
I will take a rest.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I might also polish my armor.
I'm
because
a
I'm sure
prey
it's
to
gonna request it.
Lathander.
Okay, go ahead, pray.
Oh, you pray to Lathander? Do a deep
nap.
seated. What do you say in your head?
I say, Lathander, thank you for taking care of my friends today. I almost lost them. It was scary, but you came through. And also, I want Gylon to be happy, but I want him to be happy alone. Thank you.
God damn it.
Against the crashing waves, Lilith plays her song. You see Walton start to do a little jig.
Okay.
You guys dance in the moonlight.
She always leads with the chest. This one.
Yeah. I like it.
And now she turns into a hippie.
I'm chilling back on the thing.
It's fireball.
You take your fireball.
fireball.
That's great.
I'm hanging out with you, Rowan.
Okay.
Throw it up.
And
I'm
as
sitting in the corner forlorn.
the music
Good
plays,
vocabulary for a little girl.
you catch behind you that Walton's dancing, and you can kind of see the half-orc wine like tap his toes to it. And it looks finally calm while listening to the Song of Rest.
I'm going to take a small cup and pour her some water, but I'm going to put just a little bit of the happiness potion in it. And you might feel better if you drink this. No, her.
Okay. And Edna's very confused. Sorry,
For the little darling. You might
staring
feel
at
better.
the drawing.
Thank you.
Little sip. It's very good.
It looks pretty.
I'm gonna make one for Edna too.
Edna takes one as well.
Everyone be happy.
It's a very small amount, just enough to maybe like a little bit of inner calm for like a few moments, but then it dissipates and you just feel sad again.
No, that's not what I wanted.
Heartbreak, man.
Oh no.
As this is happening, you catch that here is behind Lilith, like listening and tapping his foot as well, enjoying the music. And he looks over at you and he kind of catches that you just drank something and looks sad again. And he kind of walks over and he sits next to you.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Hi, Gylon. Congratulations on your betrothal. I can't understand you, but I know it's nice what you're saying. Do you have your paper?
And he kind of writes something out and he turns it to you and it says, "I'm sorry."
It's okay.
He just takes his hand and pats your back 3 times, and then just stands up and just walks into the crow's nest. As she begins to cry, the sky in itself gets darker, and rain begins to fall.
Oh no.
Sound of thunder in the distance. As you can see that the moon, yeah, it's starting
And I bring
to rain
Lala
now.
underneath my hood.
And you guys are really feeling it, and as
Oh,
you're
isn't this
pulling your
fun?
cloaks closer, and you guys are pushing the sails and attempting to make sure that the ropes are, everything's pushed in the right direction.
Putting
You
my
guys can
instrument
tell.
away so it doesn't get ruined by the rain.
Yes, you can tell that it's getting really strong, these rains. You can tell that it's going to be a torrential downpour as you're approaching whatever location you're approaching next. It's so dark right now that the scene itself is almost matching the color of the sky, and usually there's a beautiful reflection, but right now it just looks like you're making your way in the deep sea of night during this rain into darkness.
Should we just anchor down?
Batten down the hatches. Isn't that what they say?
I don't know. We should trust wine.
Let's
Yes.
look at
Yes, we should.
wide.
All right. So you run up to Wine, who's kind of just making sure that the boat, he's kind of on the steering wheel for the most part. And as you walk back to him, I believe the steering wheel is actually in the stern of the ship. So he's in the back, just making sure everything's.
The mast thing.
You're clinging onto the mast in the middle of the rain. In the middle of the rain. Make a dex check.
Oh, I'm under your head.
Oh.
Roll.
Ooh, not 9.
Okay, so you start to slip, and then you just have to catch your hand
I think
and
we
pull
better
yourself
get
up.
I'm just gonna cast flight on her.
Okay.
Just in case.
Suddenly,
A
you're able to
little
hold on the mast.
Ah,
Yeah.
great.
Shake some pixie dust on you.
Thanks. Oh, this is great fun.
As you guys are riding these waves, you start to hear calling out as you talk to Wine. He's like, "Oh yeah, we need help, please, please. The rain's so strong. Go under. I'm afraid we will have too much water on board. There will be trouble." And you can just overhear him screaming this, but he's shouting out orders to hear who's coming down from the nest, and he's just starting to work on the top sails and make sure that everything's pulled. He's like climbing like right against it and trying to turn things up at the top. It's a very strong wind, but it's not so much the wind, it's just the rain. It's heavy, heavy rain, as you can hear it kind of crashing down. He's like, I think we got this. It's just I don't want ladies to have wet hair. They don't like that. Go down.
Wine, I'm going to stay up here. If you need help,
Oh,
we are here to help.
Mr. Bubbles helping.
you help by making sure hull does not break, and you go downstairs and you rest. You hard fighters.
Are you sure you don't need the
I'll
muscles?
rest. I can't do much.
I need to,
I'm very
I need
strong.
to rest up and get more spell slots.
He looks
You
to
go
you and he's
rest.
like, you are strong.
I'm very strong.
You're strong. If you want to stay atop ship, you make sure that nothing goes bad.
Okay,
boom.
I stand there. I go.
I'm
Staying up here too.
I could go
Actually, I'm not
downstairs.
so strong, but I'm very acrobatic.
You go?
I could go downstairs and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep because I need a long rest.
Alrighty, you do so. Go downstairs and
I will too. Will go downstairs.
I'm
gonna
up
take.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a
yeah,
rest.
you guys go into the
I'm,
hold and
I'm
just
wherever I
heal
can
up.
be of use.
You're going downstairs, Lila?
I'm gonna sleep.
I'm gonna go downstairs. Are you coming downstairs?
I turn around and I look and I see everyone going downstairs and I'm like, all right, well, we better go. And I'd also go downstairs.
I tell Mr. Bubbles to do whatever Wine says.
Whatever Wine says. Okay, so Mr. Bubbles just.
But whatever I say goes more. If I tell you, you listen to me first, Wine second, okay? Cool. So he could go help upstairs.
He does so very slowly.
And my
He makes his way down.
skeleton's still guarding the door.
Okay, so your skeleton
Holding the rope.
He's ready with the
Little
water.
skeleton hand.
just hangs out by the door, waiting to see if anybody comes out. If she comes out, and
Do you have a mini skeleton?
Yeah, I did give. Did I give you the skeleton?
Not today.
Not today. Well, that's upsetting. Here we go.
Rowan,
skeleton.
do you have any
It's cross.
herb left in your herbalism kit?
I'm starting to run a bit low.
Oh.
As the boat is rocking to and fro, you can hear the rain really pouring down on the top of the deck. As this is happening, you hear creaking within the bed. That is currently the the vampire, it appears, is inside. You can just hear it. You can hear pacing. That
We still at the rig set up? Water bucket?
Yeah, my skeleton's on it.
I'm upstairs, I don't know, I'm just,
Sneaker's on it. But right now I'm crying myself to sleep.
Okay. Before you went down there, I told you if you need me to holler.
Okay.
Okay.
all right. And you guys wish to spend the rest of your night?
I
All right. So
could use a long rest.
you do so, rocking not to sleep with just the sound of the ocean tonight, but the sound of the pouring rain against it. To some, if it were a more dangerous situation, if there was more damage to the ship, would be alarming. But thankfully, you guys sleep soundly enough. Though there are points when the ship is tilting a little too far left and right, and you do wake up in the middle of your slumbers. But you're still able to receive a long rest, and the night passes safely. As the morning has now come about, you guys can hear, and you almost feel it. The ship, it feels wet, and you can tell that the moisture has seeped in from the planks, because this isn't the strongest boat in the world. As you can tell that there's some moisture in the air, but you hear just faint drizzling. And it seems like you guys have made it through the most tumultuous part of whatever sort of storm was brewing.
Anyone have any breakfast?
I have some rations.
We have food, remember I made a lot.
Oh, I come
I
downstairs.
made
Good
45
morning.
pounds.
We could go fishing, Rowan.
Morning.
What did you say? Sorry.
Morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Okay. I was up all night, so I'm going to go sleep while you guys find food.
How's the weather today?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a little like, fresh from the rain, but everything's wet.
Dranisha, you're my hero. Thanks for keeping the boat on.
Anything
Going
for you,
right.
kid.
Thank you.
I'll go take a beauty nap. You don't get like this from staying up all night.
You see that the scales under her eyes are a little more sunken in than they should be.
I'll take a nap.
You walk down there, you curl up into one of the bedrolls, and you sleep. The rest of you guys, if you wish, do go upstairs, and you can catch that the sun is breaking through ever so slightly. There's a heavy layer of clouds still, as far as the eye can see, but you can tell that through the clouds is the pressing sun, and there's like a mist kind of happening, kind of when like a sun is trying to heat something that is cold or has been cold or is trying to evaporate that water on the boat.
I'd like to check and see if there's any fishing rods or any.
There's been quite a few. You guys have fished, I think,
we've
once or
already
twice
done it. Okay,
before
great.
already. Yes. So you do so. You cast it out. Can I have you roll a survival check?
Sure.
Thank you. 8. So you cast it out, and you kind of whistle to yourself, and the boat continues to press again in that direction northwest. You're going to be waiting a little while before you catch anything. Nothing quick.
I air out my cloak to dry.
All right, you do so. It's kind of wet in the air, and you feel like it might take until the sun breaks actually through to dry it, but you hang it up at least, so it's out of the way.
Wind.
Lilith, what are you doing?
I'm trying to catch some fish for us to eat.
I want to try too. Sounds like fun, maybe.
Sure. Give it. I hand her my fishing rod.
Great. Cast it out. Roll a survival check.
7.
By the way, I can find food for everyone. Every day. Me and up to 5 people, you need me.
I mean, I made 45 pounds of food a couple days ago, so we're good.
You have enough food, baby?
I just thought maybe
Tiny
it would help
baby.
keep my mind off of things.
I'm sorry I called you baby that came out of nowhere.
Are you shouting
Oh,
this
it's
from
like
the top?
Dranish has her own.
Yeah, from the bow. Yeah.
No.
As this is happening, you're shouting it from the bottom because you were sleeping, right? Yeah, making sure.
Yeah.
So we're
Edna's just up, in the front of the bow, and the ship kind of looking out for a bit. And here's up in the crow's nest. Can I have everybody who's on the top of the boat roll a perception check?
I'm under the board.
Yes.
that's you.
15.
I think it's just, yep.
18.
18 as well.
Okay.
4.
I rolled nice.
That's because you threw it
This
at us.
time I saw 2 birds.
There's some air out here.
The two of
There's
you are
air.
There's
very
air.
preoccupied with
I saw
doing the
waves.
mom and daughter fishing trip that you guys are doing right now. A little with the fishing rods over the edge of the boat. However, the rest of you, do you catch that in the far distance, though it's misty and it's hard to see beyond maybe 60 feet of where the boat currently is with the way that the water's evaporating and breaking against the morning light, you can tell somewhere in the deep distance there's like a dark shadow to the left, something that looks off-colored. Like there's a white mist, but there's like a gray mist pushing to the left. And you guys are heading straight for it right now.
I'm gonna go up
I can't see anything.
to
What
where
am I
wine
seeing?
is, and sort of point it out and say, do you know what that is? The odd
He doesn't wear glasses.
mist far in the distance. It's a dark color.
It could be just many things. There's misshape and maybe another boat.
Is there an island?
No island I know of from here, but shaped like boat.
Another-
Dark boat, long boat.
Another boat?
Yes. I must turn.
Should we be worried? Wait, why should we be worried?
We
about
don't want to
someone?
go into boat.
Well, sure, but if it's a wreck or something, if someone was injured in the storm last night, we should.
A mist.
Well, what if
helps.
it's pirates?
Or
It
it's
sounds
pirates
like-
and we punch them.
A magical boat? Wait, is the boat made of mist?
No,
It's just like a dark
it's
shadow
dark
against
shape
the
Oh,
in the distance.
I'd
But
like
it
to
would-
look
it
for
would be the shape of a
spyglass.
What?
I'd like to look for spyglass.
Spyglass?
Telescope.
It would be if you make an investigation check to see if you can like find something that might be placed
Natural
there.
20.
Okay, so it's kind of confusing because you think to yourself, well, someone must have a spyglass, right? So you like run around and assume that maybe here up in the crow's nest has one. You find out he doesn't. You look down. You look everywhere. It takes a little bit of time, but you find something that you think you can almost construct together that would be a spyglass, like a small monocle that like looks like Saxon's old monocle, and like a tube, and then you just affix everything together, and you get the right kind of shape on it. You do a little druid craft, you need to make it look pretty, and you now have what appears to be a spyglass. All right, so make a perception check with your spyglass.
Flying Dutchman.
13.
13. Okay. So as you're looking with your kind of makeshift spyglass, you can see that the fog just hits against the lens to a point that it does help you see closer, and the shape in itself is kind of billowed on the bottom, and then like you can see dark kind of patches on the top, but like you cannot make out what it is right now.
Would anyone else like to have a glimpse through my spyglass?
I'll take a look.
The boat slowly rocking against it.
18.
Oh.
How far away is it?
It's
18
hard to
plus
tell.
all your perception. Just
16 plus.
18 stuff to me.
But we're not about to like ram right into it.
Not that you know, because you can
Maybe.
see at least 60 feet in front of you. That's all you can see right now.
What about, doesn't Dranisha have fancy eyes?
Yeah, your fancy eyes. Your
She's
eagle eyes.
sleeping, though. We don't want to wake her.
What do you see with
But
your
if it's
fancy eyes?
important,
Don't want to run afoul of the spell.
What does Lilith see?
I think that
Here,
What
here
does
is kind of
Lilith
turn
see?
the boat ever so slightly towards the right, so that way you guys are at least going to not be heading directly towards whatever the shadow mound is.
I rolled an 18.
An 18. Okay. So as you guys, no matter what, are pushing closer to this dark fog that's there,
Magical.
you you get a little bit closer to it, and you're able to kind of see through the break a little bit more than what you guys have witnessed, and the shape is getting larger and larger in size. And as it approaches closer, you can tell that it's definitely a ship. It's just you can't see who's on it, what's on it, if it's stopped or if it's moving, but there's a ship there.
How many miles away?
It's not miles at this point. It looks like it's maybe from the shape, from what you can gauge with your perception check, but 500 feet away.
I'm gonna fly down. I'm gonna grab
close.
Dranishka.
It's very, very close.
I'm going to get my scimitar ready.
What's happening?
Just in
There's a
case.
boat or something. Can you use your fancy
Fancy
your
eyes?
fancy eyes?
Fancy
to
Can you
eyes.
see with your special eyes?
Yes, darling.
Your
hold
boat's
on.
moving
Dragon
very
eye
fast.
see.
I can see up to a mile
A lot of
with my fancy eyes with no difficulty.
Okay.
I can discern fine details no more than 100 feet away.
Oh.
But I can see
Perhaps you'd like
up
the
to a mile with no
spyglass.
Yeah,
difficulty.
that's true.
Dim lights.
But you can see 100 feet away. It's the spyglass again. It's the fog. The fog just—it's not dependent on your
And
perception.
what do I
The fog
see?
does not allow you to see through it until you get closer.
Can I just shout, hello there?
Up to a mile with no difficulty. Fine details.
Why are you making that face at me?
You're shouting 500 feet away towards the shape.
I'm a mile with no difficulty, but fine details 100 feet. So I can see a mile away, no difficulty.
But with something like fog, that would be something that would adhere. It essentially
dim light doesn't impose disadvantage.
Not dim light though. We would have to look it up in your totem, but I'm fairly certain in the specifics of your totem.
I'm woken up from a nap for this.
Go back to bed.
I don't want to sleep anymore. I want to drink.
All right.
I get the magic thingy and I fucking.
All right, you're gonna take a point of exhaustion if you don't sleep.
I'm going to sleep. Goodbye. I don't like no points.
So you continue to sleep. You've gotten about 4 hours in at this point, but you still need like an extra 2.
Okay.
I
tried.
At least. So, as you guys are pushing closer and closer, here is trying to turn, but even with the amount of time that he would have had to react to this, it's not enough. As you shout, just make a performance check to try to shout through loud, tumultuous waters and faint, drizzling rain.
I'm a nobleman, I don't perform. Oh, okay, I guess I'm alright at it. 12.
12. Okay.
It's not the worst.
You shout in that direction, and you think that you see something glowing suddenly.
Can I whisper requiter to my scimitar and set it on fire and hold it up like a beacon?
Yeah, you do so.
Should I be doing this? I'm going to do it anyway.
You
Why
see
not?
something
Fuck it.
glowing in the distance, a faint light. Make a perception check.
Huh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Always the one that's the least perceptive. What is that, a 7? Yeah, it's a 7.
7? It's hard to see, but it just something got brighter in the fog, in the dark fog.
There's some fog out there.
You guys are getting very close now.
I gotta try and see what I see.
Yeah, me too.
As you guys get nearer and nearer, roll perception checks. You guys are currently passing it, but
climb
just
up the
barely.
crow's nest.
It's just
19. And I tell you what to see.
10. 8. Not really well to
Okay.
get
19.
all my
19.
die.
So right now, and what's your? My pixie friend. Is it a natural one? Okay. All right. So all of you guys can kind of see through the fog. As you're trying to fly forward to look at things, I'm gonna say you get caught in Moira's cape, and you're trying to fight against it for a little bit.
Why are you here? Just pull
I
you
was
out
trying
of
to
my pocket.
I got lost.
You get pretty tangled. The rest of you, though, as you're getting closer and closer to the shape, you can suddenly see a break in the fog, almost like a break in the fog where it's inviting you. And as you see the fog break, you just see a glowing creature on an old ship that is not moving, with its hand forward.
It's rather pretty.
Someone get Dranisha up here.
You catch that the hair is billowing backward, and you can just see it's a woman, and her hand just out, just torn clothes, just long fingers.
Someone grab the spyglass.
She's too good to
Is
be
she a
true.
lich? Is she a lich?
Hello?
Is it a lich?
I'm looking.
Oh,
Is my
is she a
perception
witch?
any better?
What do we see? What do we know?
How does she see through the spyglass?
Make a perception check on the spyglass. And you guys are pushing to the left of it as she's just reaching out to you. A what?
8.
An 8? It's hard to see, it's foggy. It's a glowing
But
woman.
you said there was a break in the fog.
There's a break, but not with the perception of 8 with the spyglass.
She's looking through
I'm
the
going
fog.
to sing.
Okay. Make a performance check, I guess.
Performance. What did I get?
24.
Nice.
Okay.
She's performance
24.
as fuck.
Yeah, so you are truly singing your little heart out there. She begins to sing back. In the mist, in the mist, who are you in the mist? What's your name?
What is all this noise?
She's singing back and you can hear her singing, and you hear a song that you've heard before, like a sea shanty, that she begins to sing to you. Yeah, yeah. And it's like this old song, and she sings to you, and she goes, I'm just gonna do it, why not? The windswept seas may break your backs, but come because you see. Near or far you go, the path towards your destiny.
It's too good to be true.
And if you do not follow me, follow me. And you just hear it. Follow me.
Oh no.
Is she
Is
going
she charming us or something?
where?
She's just a hand, and you're starting to push in a different direction.
Can we stop? Can we stop the boat?
I don't know if I stop both. This is difficult to do. I can't turn.
She's not
Go
going.
fast.
Follow her.
Do you want me to stop? Stop.
Rowan.
What do you
If you
see? I
can.
hear
You have a
music. It
special
was
note.
nice.
Yes.
But she's
this
not
is
in
what
the
we
letter.
got earlier. She's not in the
I don't
letter,
even know
but
about the letter. I'm not up here.
what if she's like a spirit that's been trapped here? Can I use my divine sense?
Yes. You open up your divine sense. You are within, is it 60 feet or is it 120 right now?
Let's find out.
You guys are still somewhere around
it's-
80 feet away.
And wait, but it says left is the answer. But then it says keep going left. Is she to our left?
She is.
It's 60 feet.
I say we follow her. She's left.
What is that?
60 feet.
So you open it up, you're not close enough. You're just on the cusp as you guys are turning against the current.
Oh, wait, the letter says to go left, and she's to our left.
But that's also the scary lady, right? She
Well,
wrote
let
that.
me-
Should we listen to
Oh,
her?
but if we, yeah, that's where we're going.
You must travel across the fallen stars. That's where we are. Left is the answer, and keep going left.
And she's to our left.
I'd like to roll inside.
After the
on this
painful
creature.
light,
inside,
go
sure.
north.
What painful light?
We're not there yet.
We're not there
I
But
yet.
gotta
she
roll
is a
inside.
being of light, correct?
She is a bright white light.
Let's
I
follow
A
her.
glowing.
I'm rolling insight too.
I'm
All right.
rolling inside as well.
I'm sleeping.
Because the painful light is El Tagad.
11.
I don't know what that means.
I think that's the name of the place where the painful light is.
How do you know?
Because I wrote it down. We heard it
11.
sometime. I don't remember. I wrote it down. That's what
Rowan,
I
and
wrote
I'll
down.
have to remember that.
6.
Okay, so the two of you, who rolled the 18 one more time? You. So the two of you are having a little bit of trouble understanding what the intention here is. You see this woman, and you see her hand out, and you recognize whose face it is. It's Tannis.
What?
Who?
Oh,
It's the vampire from
She got
downstairs.
out.
Wait, I'm not here.
Wait, let's go over there. Wait,
No,
she
she's the
got
only one
out.
that we can't.
Remember,
she's
she
the only one
died.
that knows. No, she's the only one that knows right now.
You guys,
we don't know.
it's Tamith.
It's Tamith.
Wait, but she's.
The vampire Tamith.
She got out of her room. Remember how she died? And in Saxon, is this where she died?
Saxon probably needed her to get through this part.
Let's go left.
Let's go talk
You
to
guys
her.
are getting further and further away.
Let's go left.
All right, so you tell Wine to turn back around,
Shouting at Wine. Go left.
Okay.
Going to go downstairs.
and here starts to pull things. People they're listening to you. They're starting to turn. You guys have kind of passed through it, but you guys are able to turn in time against the mist. So
Left is
the boat is
answer.
turning in the direction you need.
I want to go downstairs and talk to her,
Okay.
and sort of like push Sneaker a little bit out of the way and say, "Don't drop the water on me. Don't you dare."
Sneaker, did you hear what she said? Just
You
wait.
say it through one of the floorboards, like with your eye in it.
Sneaker, don't pull the plug. Listen to Moira, okay, friend?
The skeleton backs off from the place that he would pull the rope.
Thank you, Sneaker. Sure. You want to be?
Yeah, this is
Okay. I'm going to.
Downstairs?
Yes.
You knock 3 times.
What's going
Not on you. For her. You sleep. Don't be exhausted. You need all your health.
The door opens.
Tamith.
She's there. She's sleeping.
Tamith. Wake up.
Hello?
Tamith. I think this is going to sound very weird, but I think we may have found your body. Or your spirit. Or your ghost or something. I don't quite understand it. We saw, we didn't see, our little cleric saw a glowing figure with your face. Out in the water. Can you go out during the day?
No.
No? What if it's very foggy and there's no sunlight?
I might be able to, but if there's any water, it will hurt my skin.
No, we're not.
It's lately raining.
Can we,
grab a
like,
blanket
cloak
and just
you?
wrap you in it?
I don't want to go towards
Wait, what
anything
about
like
the
that.
rain
I don't.
catcher?
That sounds scary.
What about the rain catcher?
Wait, what if it's water? It holds water, so wouldn't it repel water if we drape it over her?
It's like a barrel, I think.
Is it a barrel? I thought our rain catchers were cloth.
Are they?
Is there not a window? I just assumed.
Is there a
What
way?
are our
That's
rain
very smart.
catchers?
I hear Rowan's
Your
voice
rain
in my head.
catchers, they would probably be made out of some sort of leaf that is like has a wax on it that is able to catch the rain because you guys receive them in the jungle.
What if we just like cover her with those? If I could destroy fog in a 30-foot cube within range, that's not rain though.
Yeah, it's not.
I
It's not
should
rain.
have done that earlier.
Can we,
Unfortunately.
is there a window in her room?
No, in the ship it's fairly basic. There's no windows letting you see out to the out.
Well, Tamith, because it has your face, we assume it might have something to do with you.
It might, but I cannot leave during the day. I must go out at night, and then I cannot go out if there is water in this rainy night. I'm going to get. It's going to burn.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna fly around. I'm gonna get everyone's rain catchers.
Okay, so you do so. You fly
So
around.
everyone who was in Cholt. Give me a rain catcher.
We're going to try and cover you entirely except
I don't
for
want to
your
go.
eyes.
I don't.
Tamith, please,
don't
it
want
might
to.
help.
Roll a
I'd like to
persuasion check.
persuade
Oh,
her.
good.
I
You're not
follow
there.
Lala down the stairs.
I feel like why
With,
is
I'm helping her. Well, I have to carry all of them. Surely you can't carry
I was
them.
gonna show them,
persuasion?
but then I have to unshrink them. But
It's a 12.
She's
It's
really
11.
scared, and she's backed into a corner, and she's like shaking her head, like she's very frightened by what you're describing.
Very well,
What
very
if-
well.
What if
It's all right.
if we're still following this thing with your face at night, will you come upstairs?
Maybe if it's night, I won't be as afraid as long as it's not raining. Yes.
I'm gonna try to show her how waterproof the rain catchers are
Okay.
by like getting some water and pouring it on the rain catcher. And be like, look,
She's freaking out. It's water.
It's a little,
Um,
a little close.
but I'm not like
Yeah, but it is withstanding.
I'm outside the
It's in your
doorway.
face, just
It
like,
is
hey,
I'm just like,
withstanding.
look.
It's enough. But even when you string together all of the rain catchers, even if you sewed them together, it's enough to maybe it's like a small patch, but it's not enough
What if I
to stop
fly-
rain against the whole body.
We'll
Fly
wait.
over her and act like a
We'll
giant
wait.
umbrella.
We'll wait
All right.
for nightfall.
Tamith, stand by. I say we just go
I don't want to put her in
toward the
pain.
apparition. I agree.
I've been upstairs
I'm
watching
upstairs,
the
too.
apparition. If it
I'm
matters,
going to
my
come upstairs
persuasion
too.
was a 17.
Go back to
You're showing her, and she seems like comforted by the fact that the rain isn't like hitting that and it's catching it. But from the size of the rain catcher in itself, which is not huge, it's like a rain catcher's fairly small. She's still really uncomfortable with the idea of having like this small little kind of cape around her. As you're all persuading her, you're just watching vehemently the shape calling towards you with her hand out. It's a younger like version of her though. Like you're staring at this ghost, and you can tell that like the skin is more refined, and her face, there's not as many breaks within the body. Like Tamith has like a lot of cuts or battle wounds on the body that she currently has, things that show that she's gone through a lot. Whereas this one looks like a younger version of her.
With the apparition.
As she's kind of holding her hand out. She hasn't moved from the edge of the boat. She's just, and the boat looks wrecked as you're getting closer to it. There's all of these different kind of grown-in seaweed and shells and corals that have kind of made themselves manifested into the boat. So the boat looks like rooted into the ground. As you're approaching very slowly, starting to get closer and closer to this, as the boat's slowly turning around.
I'm gonna use the chamber pot while I'm downstairs.
All right.
When I
I want to talk to Moira. You're up here, right?
yes, I just came upstairs.
So what happened?
She does not want to come upstairs. Tamith is terrified of the rain.
And the
She won't
sun.
be- And the sun.
Perhaps we anchor down?
What I think we might try doing, I was going to see if you could cast fly on me and we could go over to the boat and
Oh, yeah,
stand
I
on
can do
her
that.
boat.
Anyone else want to come?
How many
But
flies
Oh.
can we cast?
Oh yeah, we did that wrong last time. Two? Wait, did we decide that flight as a racial spell was a second level spell for me?
I have to double check that.
Because it's a third or fourth level spell, but
Yeah.
as a pixie I get it.
Do you get it more? So
Yeah.
I don't know if I was with you when we discussed that.
No, well, I remember you guys discussing it. I had
Might
it
have been a
as a
while ago.
first level spell, and then during the stream, Mercer was like,
make it a second level spell.
Okay.
And I was like,
Well, then we'll keep
okay.
it with Mercer's roll.
No,
We'll make it
okay,
second level.
Mercer.
That's
I'll hop
fair.
on over.
Fine. Then
Yes,
two
we
people.
could get Rowan's water walk and I'll go up on the water
Or I'll just
again.
cast flight on
go.
both of you and not have any more second level spells.
There we go. We can do that. We'll go over.
I don't use it very
Yep.
often.
We'll go over to the float.
So you
I just
cast
fly over
light.
them and shake my pixie dust on them.
I'm gonna keep watch from here, and I have my crossbow up.
On the ready? Okay. Prep the crossbow.
My porcupine crossbow.
You guys kind of haphazardly like float in the sky and finally get it. You know, it's a la like Wendy and Michael and James as you guys are flying through the fog, pushing closer and now getting a much better eagle eye view on the ship. You can tell that the inside of the ship looks caved in. As you're looking on one side of it, it's all completely fallen apart. It's really only half a ship. And you guys are approaching the half of the ship that's still standing. And there's a bunch of rocks nearby that kind of come out from the earth. And apparently this ship at some point had crashed against the rocks and then stayed here. You're looking at the wood. The wood looks old, ancient. I mean, like the wood in itself appears to have been withered away, but it's like a dark, deep wood that really is hard to tell where it could be coming from off the top. Make a nature check, you guys.
How much longer must I sleep?
Oh, are you kidding me?
19.
7.
A 1?
This is not my day.
A 1?
My
Yeah.
destiny is really good.
Okay, and yours?
7.
7.
19.
Okay, so Lala, unfortunately, as you're trying to look down, you don't even realize it, but you flew right into one of the masts of the ship that was jutting out. You're gonna take, that'll be 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit your head against the mast trying to look. The two of you are able to kind of hover above just enough, and this wood looks, you can't tell what the wood looks like, but you two,
I can tell that it's very close to my face.
very close to your face, yes. You almost want to look
And
at
it
the wood.
hurts.
But the two of you, you can see that it's a familiar wood. You've seen this wood before, and it looks like the wood that once maybe was similar to the woods of the Gnathwood that you guys came out of.
Petrified wood. I don't see anything.
It looks like the petrified wood that we saw earlier.
Can you make a boat out of that?
I was just thinking that. Can you make a boat out of petrified wood?
Wouldn't that
Come up with
require
this.
special
It doesn't
tools?
appear petrified, but it appears to
We're
be
over on her boat.
Yeah, we're on
in
the
similar color and shape, close to what that. You can just tell from really looking at the grains that the shape of the grains are very distinct in the petrified wood that you had seen. This looks like unpetrified version of that wood.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Is there anything else on board? Can I look for any personal effects? Anything that would have told us about?
So are you guys
this person?
formally standing on the boat as you guys are flying?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
As you guys are flying very
do it.
slowly, the boat's creaking closer and closer. You guys are about to give anchor right around this location. You can hear Wine kind of saying, "This is very shallow water here. There's shallow ground. I can throw anchor and I hit something." And he says that. As you guys...
I'd like to roll perception to see how deep the water is where we are.
Okay.
Ooh, not 20.
Not 20? Okay.
So that'd be 22.
It appears that right around this location where the rocks kind of surface and break against this, it's maybe 30 feet deep. It's not much.
Okay.
And you can tell it's just enough for a boat to maybe glide across, but without a large hole.
I'm going to sing back to our boat. It's about 30 feet deep here.
I'll let Wine know.
How did they get over there?
Lovely.
I'm up from the chamber.
All right, so do you want to roll a perception check with disadvantage to see if you hear those voices singing?
Yes,
Yeah.
darling. Ooh, 16. And then I do it again.
Yeah.
18.
All right, that's
Wait,
enough.
and then
It was 20 and
it was
18.
20 and
18.
18.
That's enough to stir and hear people what you think to be singing birds for a moment, but then you realize it's a familiar voice.
I sound like a bird.
And you catch that
I
she's
go
looking through another one of
just
the
as
little
she-
holes and
oh,
says
she's
that
downstairs
she
with
was
me?
watching you.
No,
She
I'm
knew.
through the floorboards.
Little one, was that you singing?
Both times, yes.
Wow, very different range of skill there. You really have you can throw your voice so
My
easily.
character sheet's wrong.
How'd they get over
I should have a +3 to wisdom instead of a 0. Oops.
I like this new dice.
As you guys
I was
are
seeing less birds than I was.
singing, you rolled a perception check, correct? You were rolling perception, or were you just rolling? Okay.
Perception, yeah.
So you guys are
Well,
just
technically,
checking to see how deep the boat goes. Besides just the water, you catch that this boat in itself is about somewhere between 25 feet high, at least in its original height. You can see that the creature who had been reaching out, the moment you guys get close enough, somewhere within 30 feet of floating nearby the actual boat in itself, she starts to drop. She drops her hand and she just turns and she starts to float towards you guys.
Okay.
We come upstairs.
You guys have just
your
made
boat
anchor
or towards us?
towards the people flying. So I guess it would be you, and you as you have approached the ship. She is now floating towards you guys.
Is she off the ship too, or are we
She's
all-
on the ship.
Oh, so
you guys
we're
were like
all
looking.
on the ship, and
you guys
she's
are
just
floating
like,
nearby it, but the moment you got a little too close, she's starting to fly towards you.
I feel okay about this.
She's floating very
I'm
slowly.
not going to walk away.
I've come upstairs and said, why are our friends flying by a ship with a woman with long fingers and flowing hair who looks like the vampire in the bottom?
We're finding out what's happening. I have my crossbow. Get on that crossbow, just in
Get on
case.
this one. But is it there or there?
It's
The
there.
ship?
Yeah, it would be right there. So I guess we're gonna have to use this map, probably this bottom map, as
Okay.
like the reflective ship. And you guys are actually pulled a little bit closer. You had anchored away about, I think, 30 feet. I said, right? Maybe.
5, 10, 15.
Yeah. So right around there, we'll say, is where you guys
And
drew
so we're
anchor.
on the top.
So we're at the top. You guys are flying over
This one
here.
is over
Yeah.
here. This one
We're
is
like
over
here.
Okay, what is happening?
Where's the
Oh, I lighted on the boat. I'm going. Oh my god!
Oh, you landed?
I'm going to stand on the boat.
Her hair is really
going to,
flying
like,
and
I want
she's
to
going like
put
this.
my feet down on the boat. if
Well,
okay.
I hit a mast, so I'm probably just sitting on it.
You do so. It takes a moment as you guys see her, and she starts to float very closely to you. And then she stops for a moment, and she's just floating in the middle, kind of right by the ship, where at least the ship once was. She's like walking almost as if her feet would be hitting where the boat was, but there's nothing underneath her except just broken rubble and stone.
Can I look for personal effects?
What are you looking for exactly on her?
Not on her. On if there's anything on the ship that, like, I'm sure it's old, but I don't even know. Supplies, anything that would tell us anything about this party that had the boat.
Just make a perception check as you're looking around. Half the boat has caved in, so it's hard to see.
My perception's actually +3 because it's a wisdom roll. Oh, stupid. 20! Dirty 20!
Okay. What you can see as you're looking around is nothing of use in terms of maybe, at least at first glance. You can catch that somewhere deep below there seems to be some barrels that are still kind of turned over and bobbing in the water, but half rotted away. You can see below you that there also seems to be some sort of chest that's down there a little bit deeper in the water, and with the break of day and just the right amount of light, you can see that there is some sort of chest down there.
How long has it been since I cast flight on them?
Probably been about, right now, 10 minutes. If that.
Are they going down?
I already
We're-
said that I'm alighted
yeah.
on the boat.
We're
I'm
on-
standing
Oh,
on
is
the
it a
boat.
10-minute flight spell?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Well, I don't have any more spell slots to cast flight on you guys again, so.
Great.
Okie dokie.
So as you're looking
Figure it out
around,
later.
you can also catch that this boat seems to have gone through some sort of war, and that's what you pick up on.
Okay. Relay the information, obviously, that this.
And you guys kind of get
Can I-
related
I'll
as
just want to
Fly down. Because
go, yeah, go to
I'm gonna
point,
fly
obviously,
down.
to the chest
So-
to you
And
see
try
if you
to-
can open it.
Yeah, is it open?
no, it is
Then
locked
I'm
chest.
going to try
This is a
and
warship.
Yes.
pick it with my thieves' tools.
Or at least it
As
went
you
through.
That's sleight of hand?
as you try to open
No.
the chest,
Oh god.
the creature who had been floating towards you guys, her eyes ignite with anger.
Don't it!
And her mouth grows 5 times the size as you hear a scream. And we're gonna roll initiative.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
Before you said that, I was
I'm
gonna cast a spell.
sorry.
Guess I'll do it on my turn.
So quick to pull
why
the
do you
trigger.
wait?
All right.
Oh no. Why rolled so well?
Let's find some
I
good
just
music.
wanted to see if there was
just
something in there that could
18.
hold us who you
I
are.
try to open the chest really fast because I rolled
It will have have to be the moment you touch the chest and try to open it was the moment that this will happen. We'll say that at the top of your turn, we'll find out the answer. How about that?
Really well.
All right, so we'll hold on to that for a moment. All right. Yeah, fun stuff, you guys.
I've always lasted battle.
All right, let me pull her up 1 second.
When we were doing 2, I was.
It's like 2 months.
5.
All right.
I'm going to. Wait, why is
All
that?
right.
Dranisha's getting a massage
The
later.
animal handling is a must.
All right. That
What are you
is.
doing?
Oh, you're gonna give a nap?
All right, so 20 and above, please.
Little hands.
20 and above, anybody? Okay, 20 to 15.
18.
18.
17.
17 from Moira, okay. And then 15 to 10.
13.
14.
10.
13, 14, 10. So 14, Dranishka. Lala, you're 13?
Yes.
And then Rowan, what are you?
10.
10. And then below 10?
B.
And what was that?
4.
4?
For Ivy Underbough.
Not the quickest on her feet.
I will say that as this is happening, you hear a scream from what seems to be Edna as well, right back at the ghost creature. As you can tell that everyone else on the boat like looks to you guys in panic and just starts to try to pull up the anchor and take care of things to try to get out.
No!
No?
Stay here.
Okay, so you scream stay here as they kind of like stop mid-motion.
We can't leave our friends. They're stuck over there on the other boat.
Okay, they nervously look at you and they look around for spears and weaponry to try to help, but they were a little, they wanted to get out, fight or flight moment right
Don't
there.
panic.
All right, let's begin.
Remain calm.
I'm going to cast bestow. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. So top of the turn. Lilith, you're first. Yes.
I'm going to walk up to her and
Okay.
I'm going to cast bestow curse.
Okay.
What does that do?
And while cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it wastes its action that turn and does nothing.
Yes.
Do you mind if I see the spell bestow curse really quickly? Sure. Thank you.
I know I've changed this spell, but I've never used
All right,
it.
so you have to touch her. So you touch her.
Yes,
Okay.
that's why I walked
Do
up.
DMs just try to kill people?
Yep,
They want blood.
like us.
DMs are basically vampires.
Yes.
Is that are you trying to tell me something there?
I'm saying that you have a bloodlust.
And then walk back.
Bloodlust.
I don't know if I can do that
All right.
because that's too.
There we go.
Sorry about the erase eyes. I don't know if you're
Okay, so I do that, and then ooh. Well, she's made. Is she made of mist?
1 second. Okay. Made of mist is what you're asking me?
What is she made of?
It's hard to tell.
Can I roll? To see?
Make an intelligence check, sure. And then you said bestow curses on her turn, correct? She rolls a wisdom save. You're saying?
11.
By the way.
Yes.
It's hard to tell, but it's like a form that doesn't seem to be consistent with the mist you see. If she is mist, it's made of some other sort of mist that you don't know.
All right.
All right. Okay. So that's your turn. Unless you have a bonus action you wish to do.
I do have a bonus action. So I guess she's probably mad at us.
Unless bestow curse is a bonus action, but I think that's a full action.
No.
Okay.
It's a full action. Well, she seems angry, so I'm going to. Can I put her to sleep?
You can try.
I would like to try to put her to sleep.
Okay. And is that with a full? Can you cast
Is that
sleep
a
on a
bonus?
bonus?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think sleep
Oh.
is a main spell.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I think so. Hold on to that, but look it up, and if not, then we'll go back and I'll give you your bonus action.
Okay.
All right, as you look it up. All right, Moira.
Moira.
Ha! Okay, I don't even know. I'm going to get right up on her as well,
Okay.
so that she has all of my bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
It's an enchantment.
But does it say bonus action or full action on the spell?
It's one action.
So it would be a full action. Ah, okay. Thank you. Moira, what would you like to do, darling?
Go to sleep? No, I'm going to cast a moonbeam on her, and it's only the 5-foot radius where she
Yes,
is?
it's from a spot within a 5
Can
foot
you
radius.
cast
So
sunlight if she's a vampire?
it will hit everything around it within. So it's from a point, and then it's 5 feet around that point. You can cast it behind her.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do so. So that's going to illuminate. I kind of am going to. I think what we're going to use, just to be kind of weird here,
cast the
if you
sun?
can put within all of those, it should be 6. These d6s within the spell of Moon Babe. So we just have a visual on that. Yeah. We have to make sure that there's 1 die in each square.
1 die in each square?
Yep. So that represents where the moonbeam is. Yep.
I thought it's only a 5 foot radius.
Yep. It's a radius. So you cast it from a 5 foot point. From what I've experienced with moonbeam. And then you should actually have 2 more die.
Yeah.
Behind there.
Yeah.
So each one of those, yeah. And let me double check the spell. I'm fairly certain it's not just a 5 foot square, but a 5
It's
foot radius.
40 feet
40
from
feet up,
above,
and it's a
5
5 foot
feet.
radius.
Yeah.
Radius of 5. So that would be the correct shape. All right. So you cast it. Whoosh, it shatters down upon her, and I believe she has to make you have to roll for damage, and she has to make a save.
Yes. It's going
How,
to be
how does the moonbeam hurt her?
10. It does radiant
Bright
damage.
energy that's 40 feet high and like
It's a
5 feet
beam
wide.
of light
Like a
from
laser.
Helm.
Yes.
He opened his eyeball and went, don't do that. 9.
All right. So it's a damage of 9 for the moonbeam. So that's going to hold the 9. And what's the save that she needs to hit?
Constitution.
It's a con save. And
Yes.
what's the spell save?
My DC is 11.
11.
Yes.
And it's con.
Yeah.
All right. So she fails that.
Ha!
So she's going to take the full 9. Right. Top of the turn, and then every time she ends her turn, is it at the beginning of her turn or is it
Starts
at the end?
or starts or moves into it, yeah.
Starts the top of her turn into
Yep.
it or moves into it. So if she moves out, then she'll be okay. All right. Thank you.
But can I move it? I don't think I can actually.
Moonbeam, I think you can move. Let me
doesn't
double check.
say.
It might be from one location. Those
On
cards
my
sometimes get a little funky. Let me
Okay.
look in the player's
I can
handbook.
look. You can go to
No,
someone
no,
else's
it's good.
turn.
It's good for me to know this too.
I don't have to
I
take
usually have a pretty good memory with this stuff, but I like to, it's good to be an informed DM, you
It's
guys.
a big book.
It's a good
There's
thing.
a lot of stuff.
I once
Lots of words.
I once wrote down
Lots of
spells and started
words,
testing
man.
myself
I
on
was gonna
them,
get
see if
the
I can memorize them.
So
It's
many
crazy.
words.
All right,
Got
let's
life
see.
books in the bottom.
If I get close enough, I can cast water walk.
MOP, LMNOP, you guys. Moonbeam.
Just run.
Right here.
Tell
Why
wine,
don't I have
scoop
wings if I'm
Oh,
a dragon?
closer. Maybe it's lofted.
You're like a
closer.
giant Komodo dragon.
Funny, because right here's dragon and barbarian.
It's you.
I know.
It's you and you.
Hopefully
Yeah,
my
you
face
cast
does
it
not
from
hurt.
it doesn't look like you can move it. Oh, no, you can. Right here. On each of your turns, after you cast this spell, you can use an action to move the beam 60 feet in any direction. So you can use your action to move the beam, but it will be your action to move it, okay?
That's
And then
fun.
as you're casting that, you need to remember the amount of damage. I'm going to write it here, but it's 9, so that way every top of the turn if she ends in it, just so you have a point of reference for it too. All right,
I
cool.
like that spell.
So you see this moonbeam shatter down upon her form. Yep.
I have a bonus action as well.
Yep. And you just see her scream in this like severe pain as you see this light kind of ricochet through her, a different color light, a bright white, almost a golden light that's hitting against this cold blue light.
And I'm going to attempt to compel duel.
All right, compel duel. Is that a save on her part then?
Yes.
And what does she need to make?
Wisdom.
Wisdom saves. That is a 6.
What?
It's not good.
She's not good at rolling.
That was,
Wow,
I
Moira.
rolled 2 very low things.
Man, my
so far.
DC is so low. I'm so pleased.
Yeah, so she is compelled to fight.
And she has disadvantage on attack rolls
Yes.
Against you or
against anyone.
nice?
Except for you? Or is it?
She
you?
also she has
I
think compelled
disadvantage
duel means
and
that
has
she
She's
doesn't
drawn
listen
to
to
me.
I'm fairly certain
For
it's
the
anybody
duration,
else.
disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you.
Yep, so she will not have disadvantage if she tries to hurt you.
That's fine.
Yep. All right, moving along. It's her turn. So,
Oh no.
you having hit her in the middle of this form, she's going to fly out. She's going to take another 9 points of the damage because she started the top of her turn in this. So, 1 second. But she flies out, and she's going to fly next to you.
Here?
Yep, right on that side. No, she's going to fly. Hold on, because if she moves, because you're within range of her.
She has to make another throw.
Yeah. She's just going to fly in between the two of you and fly to the other side of you. And she's allowed to do that in her form. All right, cool. So she's right in between there, still engaged with you, so you don't have an opportunity to attack on her. And then she's going to touch you. All right. What's your AC?
Boy is going to die.
17.
17.
Yes.
All right. That'll hit.
Okay.
For
Make sure you make a wisdom saving throw.
all right, that's going to be 9 points of necrotic damage as you
Wait.
can feel
You have to make a wisdom saving throw.
top of her turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, for curse.
That is
Yeah.
a 17. Does that hit against your spell save?
Is it armor class? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm sure it does.
All right, so she's able to still do her turn, but thank you for reminding me to do that.
You said it was 9.
Yes, as she pushes this energy into you, as you can feel like your back starting to fill with this kind of, almost as if your back is getting eaten away at, and it's hard to tell exactly what it is. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Perfect. Oh yes, bring it on. Do a charisma saving throw for a paladin. Oh, I'm probably gonna roll low now that I said that.
Nope, don't say that.
Oh! Wait. 21.
Okay, as she had passed through you and like eaten away towards your back, you can feel that she's trying to push her body into yours.
Oh no, not again.
And then she gets thrown out from the pure force
No,
of
you don't.
I hate
no, you
possession.
didn't.
Put your gnarly hand down. You don't get to touch me. Helm doesn't
I'm just
like
getting
it.
flashbacks to when we were in Chult and
Yeah.
I possessed Lilith.
I'm going to take out my longsword for my
close
bonus
to me.
action.
Stay close to
All right,
me.
so you're gonna have
down
that prepped and ready.
and
So
buy
next
the-
round we can
we'll
do
buy
something
the-
with
Get
that. But
close
your
to me,
bonus
you'll want
action,
to, trust me.
unfortunately, has been passed upon this round. It's okay.
If
Next
you do
round
a
we
spell,
know.
you don't get to. If you fight, you get to fight twice. But if you do a spell, you only get to do.
Oh, shit.
But that's good news.
That's good. Yay! Hi everybody. Okay, Dranishka.
Yes, darling, I'm here. What do you want? Oh, me. Okay, so I'm first. I'm so far away. And I have no wings, even though I'm a dragon. And Game of Thrones, they have wings, but that's fine. So
Game of Thrones.
I'm raging. I
We
rage.
do have a good
Okay, you go. You take your rage. All
Yes,
right,
I
what do
take
you
my
wanna do?
rage.
Yeah.
And we have to do something long. I can't do my breath. I do javelin, maybe.
All right,
You
so
can
you're
do
gonna
the-
throw a javelin.
Yes.
Can you angle that ballista back there?
This
can
thing.
you?
Does that move?
Can she swivel?
It can swivel.
Yeah, that's just swiveling one. But I don't believe from the last battle that you guys put in a bolt.
This one of them had bolts.
That one has a bolt. Yeah, the one on the right hand
but
side
that's
had a bolt still.
too far away.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there's bolts next to it. It's just nobody prepped it from the last battle
And
from the
that's
night
enough
before.
complete action to.
You know what? Actually, I think you might have done that. I think knowing you.
Remember I was
from
standing
last
there?
night, you were standing
Yeah,
on.
but that's this one.
And you
isn't
were
it?
watching the boat all last night. So I'm gonna say that you did prep the. I'm gonna say you did prep the crossbow. So you can run over to that. Go
This
ahead.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Pa, 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 pa. Hey. I'm like, oh, Nikes.
All right. So you turn around the crossbow.
And I'm raged up.
All right.
And then so
That'll be a roll to hit. So add +6 and roll a d20. Yeah.
no, +6, so 7 + 6.
7 + 6.
And then you said what?
13.
13.
13. That'll hit.
Hey!
Surprisingly, it's a pretty big form, and she's kind of enlarged herself in certain ways. She's an easy target.
Yes.
So this can be 2d8 plus your strength. So
Which one's paint?
Oh, and your raging +2. So 2d8 damage +5.
2d8. Does anyone want to give me their 8? 2d8. Oh gosh. 6.
plus 5, 11.
And then that's including my 2 for rage.
All right.
Yes,
So
okay.
what's the total one more time? 11 or 12?
11.
11?
But is that including, you said the +5?
Yes, +5 would be
Including
adding
my
to that
rage.
damage. So you rolled, what did you roll?
6.
6 + 5. Yeah, so that would be 11. All right. So as you release the bolt, and it flies through the air, you see it pierce the shattering form that seems to be screaming out in pain from the light, trying to push into your friend. The bolt slams in between the two of you just on the edge of the ship here. And you guys, right now, if you even took like a step closer, you're gonna fall off the edge. Like you're standing on planks of wood that are crumbling beneath your feet. Like this terrain, half that boat right now is non-existent. You're standing on the fabric, the belly of this. You can look underneath. There's waves beneath you. There are rocks. You guys walked forward on a very tumultuous looking
I don't
situation.
want to go in the water
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, like that. Half the boat's gone.
I have
All right,
good
so-
aim.
Do you get to shoot again?
I do I?
I believe so. You're.
That was only one because.
Yeah, but you actually have to use your next full to prep the bolt. Fuck. because you chose
Okay,
the
well, I
crossbow
should
bolt.
because the javelin is not as accurate. Correct? Yeah. All right. So I use my next action to prep.
Okay, so you use that, and you get that bolt up, and you recharge that thing, and you
Yes.
turn it around. It takes a while to strap it in and get it
Well,
correctly placed.
someone else go while I do this.
But even her bolt, like shattering through the form and then hitting the ground, it's creating issues with the plank within your feet. Okay, so you guys know what's going on.
Well, in normal real life, I would move out of the way, but since this is D&D, I have to wait until my turn.
All right, Lala.
I give you a
Well,
plus
I
to
had
charisma
rolled
saving throws
to
when you're near me.
unlock
Really?
the chest.
Yeah. What did you roll?
A 22.
All right. So as you're doing this, you can see that the lock, like you're able to just open it enough, and there's a lot of things, so you have to brush off stuff. It's not a hard lock, it's just an old chest.
Yeah.
And you break it open and you tilt it up and over, and you see just a horde of plunderings. It's old, ancient-looking coins, and you catch some other things within it, but there's just tons of different. You don't have time right now to go through it all.
Yeah.
But you just opened up a chest, and it's like shiny. It's like the Goonies, you know? It's like,
What'd you find, Lala?
There's so much gold in here!
You all want to get up here?
Okay.
What makes
But
it
yeah,
on?
but we have to come back for this. Like,
You
can't let it
also-
just. These
We'll be
can't.
back.
We can't
You
try it.
also you also catch that as you opened it, there seems to be like something withered, like directly somewhere in the corner. Like it looks like a withered book somewhere within it. Like an old withered book. So you catch all of this as you're just opening it.
And then I hear them shouting, so I'm gonna fly up
can.
and use my.
With the bookies.
I don't have time.
All right, so you fly down from the sunken part and you fly up.
Yeah.
You were the bottom of the boat had hit against rock, which was 25 feet down. So you used 25 feet of movement to go up.
Okay, that's
All right,
fine.
and then
I fly at 35 feet.
35, cool. And then you have 10 more feet. What would you like to do?
Was that my action to unlock it? Because it was from, I rolled before.
The issue, yeah, I'm gonna say that was not your action. I'm gonna say just on the top of your turn you were able to lift it off because technically speaking, the action you did ignited the
Cool.
initiate.
So then I'm going to go ahead and cast Hunter's Mark on her.
Are you guys seriously dumping a
And
bunch
then-
of camp
Yes.
coins onto the boat
That's
right now?
what it's like a treasure.
It's my treasure!
It's what it looks
To
like.
remind us that it's
Sort of a
there,
treasure.
because if we left without this, I think we might all die.
As someone with a criminal background, this is very exciting for me.
As someone with a noble
character,
background,
not
it's very
her.
exciting for me.
My character, I have a clean record.
So you fly up the 25 feet, and what would you like to do?
Okay, so
5
cast
more?
Hunter's Mark
All right,
on her,
okay.
and then I'm going to shoot her with my longbow.
All right, roll to hit.
Yes. No, I'm mad at that dice. 15.
15 does hit.
And it's, so, sorry, I'm all amped up from all the gold. Okay, so to give me this, I need this. No, I don't need that one, I'll use this one. She's going to take 8, 5, 13 points of damage.
All right, solid.
Are you within 10 feet of me?
As you see the
I
form
can
shake and shimmer
get
from
within
the
10 feet of me.
the power of that bow and that
Yeah.
arrow going through her.
Did I fly, am I right next to Moira? I just flew
You
up.
flew up, so you would actually be directly. That's about that high up, right? One more over, 2 more squares over, right there, because it was right. It was like it was kind of sunken in, so it would have been right around there. Right around there, I'll say. It would have been a little bit
Can
further.
I use the
into
rest of my movement to move towards Moira?
Well, the problem is that you had used 25 feet to go up, and then you would have to go 5 more feet up to like truly get up, unless you wanted to be floor level.
That's 5, and then I can get 5 feet closer to Moira.
Yeah, you could get 5 more feet, so you could get right there. Yeah, right there.
Right where I already am?
Nope, where she was there, because it was like kind of like sunken within, like it was kind of in the corner. Of the
That's
boat.
fine.
Okay, cool.
Is that
Are you
is that
within
close
10
en-
feet?
I do.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes?
Nope, she would have moved 1 more if she were 5 feet, but she can't.
She's in 10 feet. She's within 10 feet.
No, she's not.
No, from where? From who?
Moira.
From me.
Moira.
Where's here?
No,
1,
technically,
2.
Technically speaking, diagonals don't count in D&D, so
Oh,
you would have to move
rude.
1 more further up.
Diagonals don't
Alright.
count in D&D.
All right.
All right.
No such thing.
Anything with the bonus, or do you have another hit?
I already. Oh, I do have another hit.
Ranger.
I'm still very amped up. 16 to hit.
That does hit. Roll for
I'm
damage.
going to take another. Ooh. 17 points of damage.
All right, solid. You see that the second time that you hit it with this one, you can see that the form shatters and shimmers even more. You can tell that this creature, even though things are going through it, it's almost like pushing something through pudding that is like translucent. Like it cuts through the skin, but it's still able to kind of withstand any sort of actual damage since it's a strange kind of corporeal form, you know? All right, so moving along. Rowan.
Okay, so where is everybody in relation to her? Where is she now?
She is right there.
And so everyone's... Is she in her own square?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna call lightning.
Okay. Call lightning.
And it's stormy.
It is stormy. You're
It's
able to
stormy.
summon all of that beautiful sky juice.
Sky juice.
Sky juice.
Juice brought to you by
Call lightning.
Girls Guts Glitter.
It's gonna be our new energy drink.
Sky juice. All right, and you use call lightning and you evoke it down behind her. Okay.
I do. And she needs to make a dex save.
It's going to be, it says call lightning does a storm cloud in a cylinder that's 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius centered on a point you can see with 100 feet directly above you. You see, I just want to make sure I get it right. The spell fails if you didn't see the point there where the storm cloud could appear, but when you cast a spell, you choose a point you see within range of point, and lightning will flash down on that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw.
So if I pick that point, like
Like,
behind
so it
her.
gets
5 feet
her-
of that point, so you could do it like right behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
This boat's gonna.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it gonna disintegrate?
You guys are going to find out.
Okay.
Do it.
And then if they go in the water, we have to save them because then
Don't
all those.
I'm like an anvil. I'm
It's
like
okay.
full of armor.
You could call lightning. Don't, no metagame. All right, you call lightning.
Yes.
All right. Let's see
Can
if she
I
makes the dex
borrow
save.
a D10?
Yeah.
Going to stand here very
And what's the
heavily.
save she needs to?
A
what's your-
dex.
and what is your spell save DC? I mean,
Getting ready to
Mine
jump.
is...
Yeah.
I'm getting ready
Where'd
to
it go? Where'd it go?
sink to the
Oh,
bottom
14.
of this water.
14. Okay, she does make that, but she will take half damage.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Oh, and actually, it's 4d10 because it's stormy.
Which one is it?
Oh, is
Oh my god.
Oh, look at that.
Stormy.
oh my
Wait,
God.
where's another
Here.
D10? CD10?
What do you need?
Oh, here.
Ah, thank you.
I don't know
Okay,
how to find
so-
them.
This is my dicks. I
That's it.
I don't
I don't know how to tell which dice. Which
17,
do the dicks.
19, 23.
23.
But in half.
Even with cut
Really, I did.
cut in half, that's all you needed to shatter this lightning through her form. However, you're also doing 23 points of damage to the whole boat in the section there. So as you call down this lightning, you guys see that the form just screams and bursts into energy, dissipating against the mist. But then as this is happening, you guys feel yourself falling as all of the rotted wood has been falling. Like it was already on the brink of having issues here, but you guys can attempt a dexterity saving throw.
I'm very good.
Can I
dex.
jump to
Try
a
to
rock?
hold
Attempt a
on
dexterity
to the
saving
wood.
throw.
Can I do anything that uses
Dexterity saving throw.
Nat 20.
19.
I hope someone can
Come on, Moira.
come grab me from the water, because it's an 9.
Nine. Moira. And you just, the plank beneath you just sends you down. You see beneath you as you're falling rocks right beneath you. I need you to make a secondary dex save. You, Lilith, and
19.
Lala, you can fly, correct?
Yeah, I can fly.
So you feel the planks of wood nearby and you're just able to remove yourself from getting hit by the things that are falling. Lilith, you hold on to one of the bones of the inside of this boat that's barely hanging on, but you can tell that even as you're holding it, you can see it withering away.
But wait, but I really need my treasure.
There's rocks in the water.
I need to get it.
Do you need your treasure? Do we need
Well,
to say
we have to. We'll have to. Unfortunately,
I can't do anything about Moira.
we'll hold this for right now. But as this is happening, what do you guys want to do?
I want to get my treasure.
All right, you're gonna fly down towards the treasure. Moira, can I have you make a dex save? What did you make?
And I was too far to cast.
7.
7. All right, that is not. You're gonna take full damage as you hit your body slams against rocks. Not water, but rocks. 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's fine.
As you just, your whole body just smacks against it.
Sorry, guys.
15.
She had to die. We understand.
Oh boy. Okay.
There's rocks under there,
She
not
had
water?
fallen onto rocks. However, she like slammed against rocks. I'm gonna have, unfortunately, as this is all happening, Allie make a strength check, and Moira make a dex save to attempt to hold onto the rocks and not get pulled into the water.
Can I start
6.
shaking everything and shoving it into my bag?
Yep, you're using your turn to do this. You guys, what are you doing as you see that the
I'm
ghost
screaming.
one's
I know
gone?
you're getting treasure. You're giving us some of it. It's one thing I do.
Okay, and very nervously.
How far away are they from me?
How far are they
How
right
many
now?
feet? Yeah.
They had fallen down. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet.
So can you do the walkie?
So
walkie.
I'd have to cast it. Okay, I gotta cast water walk on us on the
Okay,
boat.
okay.
And we can go get them.
Or we can move
and I'll
the
have
ship
to do it.
close.
I'll have to do it again.
It seems like they anchored it as you guys called out, so
I'll
it's
have
going to
to-
take some time
I'll have to do
unanchor
it
the
again.
boat.
So I
Okay.
cast water walk on us.
Okay.
And then I just start sprinting.
Me too.
Oh, are you guys doing the running jump again into the...
No running jump. No. Okay, what I do?
Tie yourselves off.
Wait, this thing
lost
is.
my ear.
Oh wait, do we have? I have rope.
Yes. So you guys can use your action to cast this
I
on
can
everybody.
hold her.
Okay. You use the water walk, however, so everyone can walk on the water. You
Okay.
hold her.
I can hold both of
You
them.
and Rowan use your
trying
action
really
to
hard not to
tie a
mitigate
rope.
right now.
Okay.
Who
We're not there.
would like to
We can't talk
attempt to
about
tie the rope? One of the two of you.
What is it to?
It's a dex check.
I mean,
Sleight of hand.
I'll try.
Okay.
You're casting a spell. It
Oh,
has
I
to be the
cast a
two of
spell.
them.
So it's one of us.
Yeah.
What's your dex?
Essentially, what we're gonna do is we're
not
gonna hit
very
you
good.
guys and then hit you guys because there's technically no initiative.
Yes, you do it.
You're not
Okay,
fighting something.
I'll do
I'm
it.
just shoveling things in my bag.
I'll tie the rope.
Yeah, I got the book.
All
You
right.
hear Moira's voice in your head. Get the book.
16.
Moira would kill me if I didn't.
Okay, so you
Grab me something nice.
you guys, as you tie the rope and you're able to get a knot solidly, you're able to kind of grab Fauna underneath her
I
arm.
can grab.
And if you wish, also Rowan, and you guys
Are we both-
jump
Take me down.
off and
Yeah.
use the rope to slide down. Can I just have you make a dex check really quick to see how softly you land?
This is scary.
Oh, mother. Unnatural 20.
Oh, okay,
Dirty
great.
20.
So you're just charged here, and you're able to hold both of them as you use your legs to slide down like a firewoman. It burns a bit on the inside of the thighs, but then you let go and you drop.
But
and
I
you
like
start,
that feeling.
You used to a little bit.
Go on.
and you begin to run on the water
Yes.
with them. So just right there, you begin to run. So as this is happening, as you're running and you're running,
I can feel the thing breaking, but I want to try to swing my leg over.
okay, that would be a strength. That would be the strength check.
Oh. But I thought I already made it.
Wouldn't
that be an
That
acrobatics
was a dexterity
check?
saving throw. This is going to be a strength check to attempt to move your leg up and over. Sure, it can be acrobatics, yeah.
18.
18. So you're able to sky juice. You're able to, though it's breaking, you can get your leg around one. It goes through one of the boards, and you whip it around once more, and you're able to saddle up on top of it. Now you're like on top of one of the bones of the billowed-out boat.
Like this.
Yeah, right around there. It's actually
Where you were.
yeah, it's right around. Yeah, it's right there. You just swing
getting
your leg
farther
up,
away
and
from
you're
me.
sitting up, but you can tell that this is not stable and safe. Moira, what did you make on your save?
It's an 11.
Okay. As you had hit against the rocks and you're trying to claw at the slippery rocks, your hands go, you're just brushing through all of this kind of grown-in sea life that had clung itself to the rocks, and you just slide into the water.
If that sanguine is down here, I'm actually going to set this table on fire.
Can I go?
Wait, are they?
I have an idea.
1 second. As
Okay.
this is happening, Lala.
Oh, I'm shoveling.
You're
things.
just
I'm
using your
shoveling
full turn?
everything
Yeah.
I can, especially that book. Because
Yeah.
I hear Moira in my head. I'm like, she's gonna kill me if I don't get that
Yeah.
book. And so
You
I'm
get
just
the book.
shoveling
So
everything
you're
into
just
my
like
bag.
coins are hitting your face. You're just excited.
They're hitting your face.
All right.
So move that back.
And what were you going to ask me, Allie?
Are there any plants down where she is? The bottom of like
Yeah, there's
seaweed?
like seaweed and sea life. Yeah.
I would like to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay. So you used your full action for your strength check to pull yourself up, but hold that one.
Okay.
Are they within 30 feet of us yet?
As you guys are running forward, no, because they
She
had
has
fallen
40 feet.
I have 40 feet my speed.
40 feet. But you had to use 20 feet, 25 feet to drop down
Okay.
from where you were, and then this turn you can begin to run. And don't forget, this whole section of this boat is here right now, and they've fallen down. So I guess technically you can't see them, but yeah,
Alright.
they're within 30 feet.
I can't see
I'm like-
them.
You cannot see them. Have you dropped Moonbeam? Oh yeah, it's a concentration spell. So
Yeah, I probably
yeah,
dropped it. Wait.
you would have had to drop it anyway, or
That
do
makes
a
me
contest on
concerned.
the
Why,
dropping. Like 15 points.
So they are within 30 feet?
You wouldn't want to hurt yourself.
She's
is
dead,
essentially
right?
What happened.
Boys.
Oh, you do want to hurt
Yeah.
yourself.
She doesn't even exist.
Oh, that's a pretty mini.
I know she's a good one.
She'll be back.
So can I cast
What did you want to cast?
water walk on them?
Do you have to see the creatures to cast Water Walk?
I need two. I think I need voice.
Is it VSM?
What's VSM?
It's just no. V is not visual.
Visual?
It's just a vocal. But it depends. The spell usually says like within it, like a creature you can see or a creature you can touch.
The spellcast ability.
There's usually here. Let's look it up really quick.
You can see within range.
Okay, so it does say that. So yes, you cannot see them right now. So
I can't see any of them.
no, they've fallen into a boat.
Dang it. I gotta find them.
Also, she flies, so she don't need it.
You just saw them fall in.
You're chill. For now.
I'm collecting treasure. This is the highlight of my life.
Okay, so we get on the boat then.
I'm not drowning.
You guys are gonna have to climb up on the edge of the
I know.
boat and attempt to climb up.
doing nothing.
You guys can try to walk around the boat.
Well,
Squawk me like,
wait,
I'm
but
sorry.
isn't it? This is down by the inside the water now.
Yeah, they had fallen in 25 feet.
Can we? That's stupid to go around, I guess. So yes.
And this ship is just about as high as yours, which is 25 feet up.
If we're by rocks, are we by an island?
No,
Land? It's just shallow for no reason.
it's shallow.
Like a little sandbar.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. The three of yours. Well,
I'd
you
like-
used your action to move. So let's start with you.
Okay.
Really quick, Rowan. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Maybe don't start with me. Just a sec.
Okay.
Can't do
Dranisha.
water, you guys.
So we are on
Can't do it.
on the boat yet, or we have to now? I have to use my action to get us up.
You would probably have to use a strength check to attempt to get you up, but you also use some rope. So if somebody else has rope, you can attempt to tie it on one of the top of the rope and try to find leverage and climb up, or you can just try to climb up.
I always have rope.
It's easier to do rope, right? So I take a rope.
So you take her rope and you're going to throw it over something. Can I have you make a dex check?
Yeah.
To see if you can.
Yeah. 6.
6. The rope hits the top of the boat, and
No.
unfortunately,
Can you make us go up?
that is the action.
Guys.
All right. Do you wish to do anything, Fauna?
Doesn't she have, she's raging.
Oh, I'm raging.
So doesn't she have
On checks?
on checks?
Oh,
She has
oh.
advantage.
So then,
You have advantage.
Yeah, you
on-
don't have to worry about the damage, but if you have
think-
advantage right
I
here
think
on
advantage
strength
checks.
checks.
yes.
Well, it was a
It wasn't
dex
a
check.
check.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
the
a
dex,
strength.
not strength.
Because it was just trying to get a rope over something. Unfortunately.
I'll try it.
All
through a
right,
rope.
so do a dex check.
Yeah. 19.
Okay, so after Dranishka had thrown the rope and it
I
had just
failed.
hit the side of the boat and fell, you kind of as the waves are crashing underneath your feet, you grab the other one and you throw it up there. You throw it up. It doesn't actually hurt. These aren't a part of me. You throw it up and you find a section to kind of billow it back down and you quickly
Good job.
are able to kind of tie it
I taught her
as best as you can. You think at least it'll help you guys get
She
over the
taught you.
top. All right, so the next turn you guys can all climb it
Okay.
if you wish. And Rowan, did you want to do anything?
Not yet.
Okay. Left-hand side. What do you guys want to do?
I'd like to climb up.
Have I collected everything
Oh,
I
okay.
can?
I guess 1 second, you guys. So yeah,
Okay.
so the rope did go
Yeah.
up. So you start climbing.
I climb up. Do I
Make
get
a
to the
strength
top?
check. Yeah. Or a dex. It can be dex or strength.
Oh,
Like
17.
Athletics or strength. What?
17.
Yeah, you start to climb up. Fine. You're getting there. You're getting there. Your speed, since technically Dranishka had carried you and grappled you, was reduced to 0. So you have your full speed to move right now. So what's your speed?
25.
So you can get all the way to the top of the boat.
Okay.
You get all the way to the top and you stand with your little gnome.
And is
I
that
see Rowan and I call out, it's very unstable up here. Be
I see
careful.
that.
Yeah.
Is that my full action?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So now over here. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just asking, have I gotten everything I can fit into my bag?
It's been 2 rounds, so that's 6 seconds per round. So you've spent about 18 seconds filling the bag. There's maybe a little bit more. Are you gonna just plunder it fully, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last round. This is the,
I'm
background.
shrinking. I'm shoveling, and
okay, so this is the last round of you shoveling all of this gold into your bag.
Yeah.
So that's just what you do for your full turn. Just keep filling it. All right.
This isn't the Goonies. We're not leaving any behind for posterity.
Just the people, not the money.
Just the people.
All right. Just
Not
kidding,
the people.
just kidding.
I don't know. Is anything down here? Can I just try and swim back
Oh wait,
up,
yeah, you had
or-
fallen in. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm in the
so
water.
you are attempting
Again.
to swim upward. Your heavy armor is already
Yeah.
kind of weighing you down. Just make a athletics check.
I can do athletics. I'm actually
Yeah.
pretty good at. Wait, is that the one I'm good at? Yes, it is.
yeah,
Ah, it's the only one I'm good at.
yeah.
Ooh.
23.
Okay, so though your armor is heavy and you can feel yourself fighting against the current of this, you actually have enough strength, though you feel waterlogged, that you're able to move one leg on top of that rock and swim your body close to it and then pull your arm up on top of one of the rocks. It's slippery, but you climb on top of it and you're actually breathing a la Jack and Rose in Titanic on top of one of the rocks.
Never let
not
go,
going to
Moira.
let go.
Never let go.
I'm not going to let go.
All right.
Anybody?
All right, solid. So, Lilith?
I have a question.
Yes.
So where Moira is she like, is the boat still built up on the sides, or is it literally like chopped in half and there's no second half? So she could technically like crawl over.
There's like a lot of broken rubble. A lot of it's floating, and some of it's like kind of adhered to rocks. It's essentially anything where that paper has been kind of caved in and broken in. Everything over here has fallen inward, but is like floating or bobbing. So there's essentially half of this ship is now halved again. So it's like cut in half this way now. So there's like a quarter of a ship.
What part of it is
So yeah, it's that whole section to the left right there. Yeah.
That's all caved in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could I move and
It's actually
cast
even
a
further
spell?
that way. Yeah, it's right there.
Could I move and cast a spell?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to move to this side of the boat.
I'm gonna have you make a dex check though, because you're kind of walking on top of a plank that you had pulled yourself onto. 8. Okay, so you kind of like almost fall for a moment, and you have to catch yourself. Just make a dex check. Dex saving throw, excuse me.
Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
It's a saving throw in this square.
15.
All right, 15. So,
Oh, saving. Wait, which one? This. Okay, 15.
all right, so your foot goes through one of the planks. As you realize you have to tear it out, and some of the wood catches you. You take 3 points of piercing damage, but you're able to continue to hobble over, and you walk over to the edge where Rowan is a little bit more securely.
Okay.
All right.
So now I'm going to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay, you just said?
To the seaweed.
Okay, right. You cast Speak with Plants.
I cast Speak with Plants. Hello. Anybody home?
And you hear that, but
Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Well, you sound very happy. I was wondering if you could help me possibly. My friend Moira here, or there, closer to you, she needs a little bit of help getting out of that area closer to us. I was wondering if you could rally all your little fronds and lift her to where we are, possibly.
it seems like make a persuasion check to these plants.
Or they could make a bridge and intertwine themselves with the thing.
Plant bridge.
18.
18. So you hear. It's been so long since someone's talked to me. Of course.
Oh, it's
As you see the seaweed around you, a little confused, hearing just like gurgling near you somewhere. You see all of a sudden all of the plant life begin to grow. You do catch that Lilith was chanting something.
Okay.
As you see them kind of wrap themselves like beneath you and slowly like kind of intertwine themselves.
It's
and
okay, Moira. They're going to build a plant bridge for you to walk on.
Okay.
And they kind of create like a little hand, like a seaweed hand that begins to lift and kind of claw itself and intertwine itself within the actual boat. And it looks a little bit like a nest as it's bringing you upward, like a web.
I love that.
Oh god.
And you slowly get billowed all the way up. It stops about 10 feet or so. And then you're
I
just
grab her.
you're able to slip the slimy seaweed, grab her hand.
Thank you. My god, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi,
And
seaweed.
is there anything that we can do?
The
So thank
seaweed
you.
kind of grows one of its, and then it just puts its seaweed in your hand and like
I shake the seaweed.
and you guys see this as you climb over the edge right at that moment, seeing Lilith shake a piece of seaweed.
Never gets less weird.
Can I just cast water walk and to get the hell out of this boat?
You cast water walk on everybody as you guys are experiencing this moment, and then we'll take a 5 to 10 minute break right there. Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in.
We've had 1,200 viewers today.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
great. Yeah, it was
Hi
amazing.
guys. Thanks for tuning
guys.
in.
Woo!
Maybe
So
one now.
if you have questions for us, some of you are obviously new, so shoot them in the chat. Some of us will take bathroom breaks
Raffle.
or drink breaks. And
Oh yeah, raffle too,
and-
yeah.
okay, and we're going to close out the raffle. Has it been closed out? Okay, we're going to close out the Idle Champions raffle in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
One.
Around here.
Raffle time.
Okay, I think, does it announce it in the chat?
Hey, did it?
Well, what does it say?
In the chat, it
The
does-
winner of the...
log out crow. Log out crow.
Log out crow. Idle Champions chest code.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So shoot us your questions. Kelly, if any questions.
Yeah, ask my questions. I'm on chat, you guys.
Find info on the pixie race. So that's a homebrew that
Yeah.
Erika made.
She found it on, I think, Wiki D&D.
What?
Yeah.
Wiki D&D.
Wiki race.
But you can also,
Raffle.
all
Sorry.
our character
Pixie
sheets
race.
are on
Erika
our
is.
website,
Oh, her
girlsgutsgloryrpg.com.
race, she made it.
So it's not like in the book.
Oh.
But there are tons of
Look
fun
what I know.
races you can create that's not in the book.
Question for Kelly. How did it feel to be seaweed?
How did it feel to be seaweed, you guys? It's been a deep-seated desire of mine. I consume sushi on the reg, and so I feel like I empathically emote with seaweed. So being able to, channel in its beauty. Thank you.
On that note, I'm gonna go use the ladies' loo.
We have another.
Someone wants to know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it was the. How often do we play? Kelly plays all the time.
I played. This is the fourth game. The fifth game I've ran in 7 days. The fifth game I ran in 7 days.
Wow.
Like 3 to 4 hour games each.
No, Todd.
It's like a part-time.
Stop
job.
it, Todd.
What did Todd say?
As Moira catches her breath and wrings out her soaked cloak, a voice magically appears from nowhere, and a very drunken Todd voice says, "Sup, babe? You know wet armor contest? Shut up, Todd."
Ship them forever.
No.
Ship Moira and Todd forever.
No.
Oh, so good.
Someone else was
also, they need to, if I can call dibs on any moment, somebody needs to do a render of Rowan's drawing of
It's so
the
bad.
beast.
It's so bad.
Somebody needs to attempt
so
it.
bad.
It has to be kind of bad. So if you're not good at drawing, it's fine.
Kelly and Rachel, I really love the Tales from the Loop game. Thanks. We loved it too. It was a lot
Thank you.
of fun. Todd is Toira. No, it's a hashtag. Todd, our friend Sarah, came down from the Bay Area to play with us one day when one of our girls were gone, and she played a tiefling named Todd. He was a total frat dude, and yeah.
She rocked it. She was amazing.
She's amazing.
She was
I
an
love
amazing job.
Sarah.
And what were
She's
you asking
fantastic.
too before I cut
Well,
you
someone
off?
else was saying they're new to the stream. Welcome to our stream.
Todd does
you'd
shit
like
weird.
us to introduce ourselves. I'll wait till everyone's back here, and then
Yeah.
we'll be happy to reintroduce ourselves.
We do this every Sunday.
every Sunday, 3 p.m.
Pacific Standard Time.
Someone had a question for Fauna.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, what cleric domain does Fauna belong to?
She's on the life domain. So for those of you who watched the stream of Annihilation during the Tomb of the Curator, Fauna's twin brother, Farron Reed Underbough, he was killed by a beholder. And Fauna's real torn up about it. So she's on a path to eventually, hopefully, bring her brother back.
Yeah.
She's a sweet, sweet girl.
I love Fauna.
She's sweet. She's just, I feel so horrible that
big
also
day for
great
Fauna.
that I happened to throw in just enough description where I was like, yeah, he looks like Kit Harington, and then
Oh, I ran with that. I was like, Kit Harington? No,
jumped
we're
at that.
running.
Fauna's all about it.
Yes, Steppenwolf 41. It does feel good to call lightning during a storm. I love them 10d4s.
And
Or
actually,
40
so we
tens.
pulled two winners. We pulled two winners.
Ooh.
By accident, but we have enough codes, so we'll do two winners that break
Oh,
and another
great.
at the end.
Who's the other winner?
I already wrote it down.
so- oh, you did? Great. I was trying to give her
She
a
eyes?
little
Nice.
note thing
Okay,
there.
I'm going to leave again now that the bathroom's free.
Ah.
Have you made this scenario by your hands, or is it made by someone outside your squad? So this is an interesting kind of hybrid thing. I run a lot of games, and I feel like this is essentially in Forgotten Realms. So a lot of this stuff is pre-existing material that kind of I'm drawing from. I like to kind of create a lot of things along the way, but I love using Forgotten Realms locations, and besides obviously their monsters, I like using some of the descriptions of the cities and the towns. So Sea of Fallen Stars is an actual pre-built within Forgotten Realms. So Faerun, as they might call it. Faerun. Specifically Faerun.
Any good questions?
They killed
Yeah,
all
they're
the
all
boys?
great questions. They're so good.
Yes.
good.
I wonder what you mean by they killed all the boys.
Technically, only one of our boys is dead.
Which
Oh, yeah.
Aaron.
We like boys.
We love boys. Have you met Dranishka?
Yeah,
And
Dranisha
Lilith?
loves
So does Lilith.
boils.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly.
Oh, congrats, Allie, on your new website.
Thanks. Thanks for visiting. I got lectured on
Yeah, it is
that
Muirren.
earlier this
Yes,
week.
correct.
Wait, they said they drew 2 winners?
Yeah, here's the other one.
Okay.
So someone wanted us to do reintroductions. While we're waiting for Kim to come back, why don't we start with you, Allie?
2-5.
Okay, I'm Allie Gonino. I play Lilith Lucena. I do Girls Guts Glory. I'm an actress. I'm also a musician.
Look you up
Tell
at
them about
what?
your
Look me
character
up at go_Nino on all the social media apps. And gogonino.com is my new website.
Love
Go
it.
check it out.
So good.
Cute.
I am Rachel Seeley. I'm playing our paladin, who apparently cannot go
Not
near
get
water
hurt.
to save her life, or obviously won't save her
It's all
life.
that armor.
It's all the armor because she's just a rust bucket. I'm also an actress. I do a lot of this, just a lot of gaming and regular people jobs. Yeah.
Regular paper jobs.
I'm Erika. I play Lala Lemonboots, your pixie ranger. I am a stylist, actress light, as I say.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Love it.
And
Allie.
There's my boob. Oh, hi.
Where can they find you?
Goodness.
Not a paladin, an oath paladin, or oath protection. I am an oath of the ancients. There's also Kelen. Do you ever accidentally go into the Dranishka voice outside of the game?
Only in the privacy of my own bedroom. No,
Or
I don't.
Halloween.
I don't.
Halloween.
We Allie and I went out a few days before Halloween, and we went as our characters, and we used the voices when in need.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I rolled.
She
at
rolled
the
for
bar.
Nat 20. Oh,
Nice.
intuition,
Insight, yeah.
insight. She
Yeah.
rolled her insight on love.
Yeah.
If she would meet anyone that evening.
And I did.
So Kelly,
You
your
did?
introduction.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up?
We need to hear the story
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the air.
I'm Kelly D'Angelo. I write a lot of different things. I'm a storyteller now, professionally, I guess, which is pretty cool. But I've been telling stories most of my life. So I write musicals and I write kids animation. I got a show airing next year, Littlest Pet Shop on Hasbro on Discovery Family,
Cool.
which will be a couple episodes of those, and then some My Little Pony digital stuff coming out on the 17th, which is really soon. So keep your eyes glued for that. Yeah, I do that things, and then I write musicals, which I'm really passionate about. The cool thing is that one of the musicals I've been working on for the last 2 years, we got some really great people who have been able to workshop it with us, including these people who are called Star Kids. Some people don't know who they are, but they did a lot of really epic musicals back in the day, like a Harry Potter musical. It's how Darren Criss got his start.
Oh yeah, my cousin was
So-
in it, I think, at a Michigan. Did it start in
Yeah, it's
Michigan?
Michigan kids. Yeah, and they're
cousin
like
was
the
in it.
nicest people in the world. So it's exciting to
Erika, someone says
capture the passion.
Yeah.
So.
your
Keep your eyes
pixie wing rig on the chair is awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Isn't it? She's
I-
genius.
Correctly.
to be completely honest, forgot the shirt that I usually wear underneath my bodice, and I didn't want to go just bodice, so we're going.
We're
going wing rig.
Wing rig.
The wings are usually attached to her.
They're usually attached to my bodice.
We have a good question from Akisha. I love you, Akisha. Will your ship be renamed the Heartbreaker on behalf of Fauna's broken heart by the time you all reach your destination?
That's a great idea.
Probably.
Instead of Dame Edna, which is
instead of
like
Dame
a great
Edna.
knee-jerk reaction to name the book.
Ooh, I just got the Twitch name Dranishka.
Nice.
Yeah. Apparently at my old thing, it was gone, or I don't know, defunct, or maybe I did it wrong. I'm Kelen Coleman. Hi. And I'm on everything as at Kelen Coleman. Kelen is one L, like Helen. Okay. I'm an actress, and currently, wait a second, I'm on a show called Me, Myself, and I, but we won't be airing.
Everyone needs to sign the petition
yeah,
to
there's a
bring
petition.
me, myself, and I back.
Yes.
I don't
Please
think
do.
it's I think it's on changed. I'll find out for you before the end of this. But
Yeah, if we can get the
and they will be airing the other episodes, I
link
think,
up
at a later
link.
date. But you can watch me on a lot of other things. recently on Big Little Lies. I don't know. I just did animation for DreamWorks. Let's hope that happens. And lots of stuff coming out of possible Big Little Lies season 2. We're waiting to find out. And the end.
Big Little Lies.
Oh, and
So good.
I think I'm one on Snapchat. I don't go on it very much, but I'm a different name. I'm Sadie Goldberg, which is my middle name and my mom's maiden name.
That was great.
Yeah.
So, but usually can't call me. But yeah.
Agentis81. If you find me on Twitter, I will send you the link to my the page that I used to create my
Pixie.
Pixie. At @AStylePixie is my Twitter handle, and my Instagram handle, and my fan page on Facebook. So if you want to find me, it's everywhere.
That's it.
Are we introducing? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Kim Hidalgo. You can find me at Kim Hidalgo everywhere. And I'm an actress and a writer. I write screenplays and everything. Oh, and I have a children's book.
Yes, published children's book author and illustrator.
Yep, I illustrated and authored a children's book. It's called Fairies in Our Yard. You can find it on Amazon and other places.
Good Christmas gift.
Are you
Great
guys-
Christmas gift.
Did you write it under Kim Hidalgo or Kimberly Hidalgo?
Oh, it's written under Kimberly Hidalgo, but Fairies in Our Yard on Amazon.
I'm putting it in chat.
The petition's on change.org.
If we can get that link,
And it
then
has
we can put it in the chat.
almost 40,000 signers already, which is crazy.
Save Kelen show.
Yeah.
Save Kelen show.
Show.
Is everyone good on break? Everyone got to take.
Good to go.
Yeah, feeling pretty good.
Share this petition. I can share it somehow.
And lastly, I'm Alice Greczyn.
Oh, in my head, like everyone went while I was in the bathroom.
it's okay. I'm also an actress, and yes, someone said everybody's an actress. We are actresses. We're in Los
all
Angeles.
do
Why
other
else would we
things.
live here? Ugh.
This is
yeah.
acting. We're doing acting right now. This is acting. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
this is
we,
fun. And I also run an online vintage shop on Etsy called House of Simpkin. That's Simpkin, as in Simpkin from The Tailor of Gloucester by Beatrix Potter, if anyone knows.
Yes.
It's like my favorite childhood story. So yeah, if you're into vintage fashion, check it out.
It's really good vintage
Yeah,
fashion
And
too.
if you go to our website, you can kind of see how we all met. But we were all, friends, actresses, worked together, did classes together.
College
that's
together.
Sisters. So there's a whole bunch
Born
together.
together.
Wait,
Born
you're
together.
related?
I know, right?
Looks
So
so
yeah,
different.
we go back a ways, and then we all started playing D&D together, and here we are.
And now we're here.
Crit Fiend Nat 20 says, glad you didn't drown Moira. Todd would have been hella bummed.
True.
Oh, I love it.
All of our, if you're just tuning in, all of our previous
Let me-
streams are
help you.
on our website, and this is I think our 5th, so you can still catch up.
Yeah, this is episode 5.
And we also have like 2 other seasons which are taped a little differently. I'll edit it in short form, so check it out. And what else? Oh, we're gonna give away another Idle Champions code at the end of the stream. So
Indeed.
is it open? So we're gonna have Jen, awesome Jen from it's open, so ! raffle if you want to enter again, and we'll
The
pull another
ocean
winner
is
at the end.
competing with Todd for Moira's love.
It's true.
Yeah, it's gonna drown her in its love. It's gonna be an angry dead mermaid.
Todd will wage war.
All
on the
right.
Fan art
ocean.
of that. Angry dead mermaid Moira.
How's everyone feeling?
Let's get back to
Pretty
it.
good.
I'm trying to set up a petition. real
Can
quick.
I get out of the water? I am out of the water.
Yeah, so
like they're gonna be
essentially
good.
you guys are
Airplane
beginning.
mode.
You guys are all. Airplane mode. But you guys are all. There's nothing. You guys all have the spell cast on you for water walking. So right now you guys are able to kind of, at least have some safety in your mind, knowing that you're okay. As you guys take time, just this seaweed slowly.
Did I successfully empty that treasure
Yes, you
chest?
did. Yes, like it's. You have gone through it all
We're gonna
as you
go
fly up. And you guys are all just hanging on the edge of this boat right now. So
Let's go back. Is it my
Let's
turn?
get back to the other
I
boat.
want to get out of here.
Is it my turn?
yeah, it's kind
Okay.
of open ended. You guys, you let me know what you would like to
I'd
do.
like to cast water breathing on everyone now that I can see them. Now that I can see everyone at the same time. Everyone has water breathing for the next 24 hours.
Perfect.
Wow.
We have water breathing now. Let's go for a swim.
Yeah.
I'm going for a
Oh, wait,
swim.
let's go for a swim.
You guys all have water.
I'm kidding. I'm probably drunk. I'm kidding.
So as you do this, even if you try to put like the water in your mouth, like you were walking on the water, so like it's kind of a weird experience.
Let's all just get back to the boat.
Back to the boat. This is now the bottom of the boat again.
Alright. So yes, you guys
I'd like
have
to get
left
back
the old abandoned ship and have now walked onto the other.
We're not allowing any creatures to find us.
Original
We're
bait.
just sprinting.
Back to the left.
What time of day is it?
Going back.
It's early morning. It's about 10.
Okay. And I've used up all of my second level spell slots.
You should take a rest.
So
But also,
Before I forget, because I keep wanting to do this, I'm going to fly over to Fauna and say, "You are a much better spellcaster than I am. Please take these scrolls."
You make
What's my voice?
you make me feel so special, Lala. Thank you.
What are these in the chest?
No, I had those. I took them from Mr. Bubbles' office, and I tried to use one, and I failed, so I haven't touched them since.
That's very kind of you.
I
Now,
want
what
to-
kind of treasure
I
do
want to
you
look at
have?
this book. I want to look at the
I'm gonna
book.
give her the book.
all right, so you guys all kind of sit up on this boat as Wine
I'm
kind of
just gonna-
turns to you and you guys give him the cues for like removing the anchor and pulling the ship up and
Going to the left.
okay, great. And you want him to continue in this direction. Okay, great. So everyone else in the crew is starting to get the boat ready, and you dump out kind of the treasure that you had found.
Look at what I found!
Ding, 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 ding. It's like there's all that money just like falling onto the table wherever all the money went. Yeah,
Is it
just
just
sounds like that.
coin?
Can we
I did find a really old book.
I want to read it.
So as you're kind of you topple over and you just see all this money coming out of this tiny little pixie's bag that then
And as it leaves the bag, it grows back to its normal size. It's a truly magical experience.
it almost like sends you back like a half of a foot as you're like trying to keep your foot against it as the money's kind of coming out. You see a lot of things. These look like old coins, and as you guys are kind of sifting through it, a lot of it appears to be like stuff that might need to be melted down or could be used for currency. It's not common coin within any common coin that you guys have seen, but it looks to be the equivalent of about maybe 1,000 gold. And then as you're looking, you can see that there's also several sort of rubies and gems and
I'm
emeralds.
gonna start grabbing all this.
And it appears as you're sifting through this, you collect about I would say 4 emeralds, 2 rubies.
Why does she get them all?
I found it.
But we are a team.
I almost drowned.
You
We
should
should
we
give it to
share.
our treasurer for
And you
our
find-
classy fun.
And I think we
I
share the
agree.
jewels,
You can
except
keep-
maybe you get one
Oh my
extra.
God.
Because
It's
you found.
okay. She could hold them. She worked really hard for them. She
She's
really.
a thief. She will
died.
steal
Let me
them
read the
forever.
I want to read
You find one very beautiful, clear-looking gem that looks like a diamond.
My birthstone is that's Kelen's birthstone.
And then as you're kind of going through all of this, you see the book had been vomited out from the bag, and you kind of dust it off. It's an old book, and it's withered, and it's kind of cracked. You can tell it's leather bound, and there's a clasp on the outside of it. That's all you can see. It's like
Can I
black, and like it's like
Open the glass.
I can pick it.
Do you want to do perception in case it's haunted and cursed and stuff?
You know what? I'm very
She opens it, then
charismatic.
she
You
comes
can
out.
just try.
Okay.
and
Try
you
and possess
open
me.
the clasp. It almost
Disintegrates.
disintegrates in your hands because it's so withered. But as you kind of flip through the pages, they're cracked and they're broken, and this seems to have been a journal. And as you're flipping through it, very old pages, cracked and dry, you realize whose journal this is.
Is it Tamith?
Yes.
What does it say?
I'll have to tell you in a bit, but it's going to take some time for you to read through it, and it's very hard to discern. So what you're going to have to do is probably you're going to have to spend a full day reading it underneath candlelight and trying to decipher the words. It is written in common though.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, so you kind of hold it, latch it together.
I want to go downstairs and see if other Tamith is still there.
All right, you kind of stomp down the stairs and you begin to approach. You also catch a couple other things within it. So
Vampire
besides the fact that you have quite a good amount of gold,
Mm-hmm.
you found these gems. You see 2 other things that kind of stand out to you. You see a very, very beautiful looking ring that kind of stands out as you're staring at it because it's a little bit shinier and it's small, but it's a pretty shiny ring. And then you also see these 2 small, like, beautifully carved, like, round, some sort of, like, round shapes, and there's faces on them. But they're, like, big. And they just stand out. There's only 2 of those, and then you see that, and then you see the ring.
2 carved face things.
It's trauma and tragedy to ask, no?
If there are any other rings, I want one. I
And
just
can
want a million rings.
the story you told me about the masks. Remember?
What?
When you guys were in Jolt, what happened
Does
with the
someone have
mask?
good arcana?
No, what happened? Wait, what
But I thought
happened?
that was just a stone.
Good arcana.
I don't know.
Stone. I hope it's not a
I don't know. She said mask. You guys told me
They were
stories.
masks, they're
I
carved,
said
they're little
mask.
carved
I was making
faces.
joke.
Oh, she said mask.
Yeah, me. But what
Okay, continuation.
I was gonna see if Rowan can roll some arcana magic and try to figure out what the ring and what the faces are.
Okay, roll an Arcana check as you're looking.
Let's see. I might have a.
I mean, I'll try.
Well,
I'm not proficient,
Might have an
but I
identifying
got a
magic.
15.
You're looking at it. You guys are all kind of examining it. You can tell that you can see some sort of runic drawing within the inscription of the ring. It's hard to tell with these stones, though. It's hard to tell if there's like
Oh, are they stone?
they're heavier in your hand, and as you're looking at the carved-in faces, it does appear to be made out of some beautiful stone, like a marbled stone.
Can I cast detect magic?
You cast detect magic, and you can tell that I believe with detect magic is it.
It tells me the school of magic, if any.
Yeah. But can you read the spell detect magic in total?
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object
so
in the area.
It's the creatures or objects. So there's no creatures or objects except some of your friends that have magical properties as they glow and emanate.
So the ring and
There's faint magical properties from them. It's hard to tell exactly the school that they're infused with, if there's any school at all. Because detect magic's usually it seems like one of them is some sort of transmutation spell maybe, or transmutation school. The other one,
Are these the stones?
yeah, the
Okay.
stones. Well, the stones and the ring are both giving off slight magical energies and properties. The stones, it's hard to tell if it seems to be one in a different nature. I actually have to look at the school if you want me to look at the school. But
Which one was the transmutation?
the ring?
The ring? Transmutation ring.
Was Tamith in this room? You're waiting to tell
Down
me.
here.
I'm sorry, what?
You're waiting to tell me if she's in the room?
You open the door. Yeah, she's still in that room. She's sleeping. She's trying to sleep.
Okay, goodbye. Close the door. Go back upstairs. Skeleton guy. What is his sneakers? He's got her. Yo, you guys, she's still there. She's sleeping.
Oh, technically they would both be enchantment. Sorry, because something's enchanted.
Oh, my booby.
I'm feeling pretty hungry.
I sure could use some acorn mash.
Well, I mean, I made food a couple of days ago and 45 pounds. So
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, let's go eat.
I'm gonna go eat.
I'm going to sit
next
down
some
to reading
food.
the book while I eat.
Where's that unending ale pitcher?
Oh, my magic alchemy jug.
Can I borrow it?
I'm going to fill it with ale. Ale!
I could go for some
go
ale
for that.
as well.
Let's put some in here.
There
I'm
we go.
gonna talk to Fauna about
Here,
my
give it
findings
back.
and putting
Okay.
things in the party fund and that sort of thing.
Sky
okay.
juice.
So as the
Spiders.
boat begins to take off, you guys begin heavily drinking around the middle of the day.
It's head of the dog.
As the sun is hit the middle of
Or
the
dragon,
sky.
whatever.
And you go over to Fauna and you pull her aside.
So I want to put most of everything in the party fund.
How
So
much?
it stops storming then?
I'd like to keep.
Right. It was storming.
The sun.
I'd like
You
to keep
summon
100
The
Owls.
sun's
gold
above. You
for
can
myself,
watch the sun,
Okay,
but
great.
it's still
I think that's
cloudy.
fair.
and then put
I'm
the
just
rest in the party fund. So
Laying, eating, and
about
sunbathing at the same
900
time.
gold,
I
just
cuddle
'cause
up
this-
to you.
Real quick,
for
there's
warmth.
two different people talking at the same time. Let's work on.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Let's give Lala a moment to speak to Fauna.
Oh yeah, we're just figuring out.
So 900 in the fund.
Yeah, ish.
Okay, so we
she
have
said about 1,000 gold.
1985 in our fund.
It's a lot.
Someone here must be born in 1985.
DR, Gaelic Reckoning. 1985 Gaelic Reckoning, which does not exist.
And then
Since I almost died, can I get the ring or something?
So
I'll
as
give
you
you some emerald.
as you begin to work
Way
with
younger
Fauna
than
on this,
So
the two of you guys, everybody else, because she specifically pulled Fauna aside and was talking to her. The rest of you guys are all drinking and sunbathing. You said, but there's no sun. Like you can tell the sun's above you, but there's still the faint clouds and it hasn't broken through. There's still a faint drizzle of rain.
Oh, sunbathing.
I'm not sunbathing. I thought I
Did
was.
we find out
I thought the sun was
anything
out,
else about
but
the
it's not.
face things?
You can see the sun. You can
Just
see
that
it's
they're
there.
magical?
So there's just like a little bit of cloud.
They're an enchantment.
Okay, so actually it's better to lay out at this time because the clouds create like a
I'm
reflective.
having a picnic. You can lay
thing.
out. Where is my
We'll actually
boyfriend?
get more town.
I mean, the guy that runs the boat.
At Walton?
Yes.
He's currently
down to
making sure that the
skivvies.
ship's about to set sail and
You
is
should
steady.
Go bring him a drink.
He does not
Me
overhear
too.
you say that. If he did, he would be very excited. But he did.
Rowan and I
don't
are in
like
our
him.
skivvies, and we're laying out. And everyone can see my ass.
What color is it? Your hair's purple, but your
It's
butt is
gray.
I'm letting me clothes dry.
My skin is gray.
Is
But
it-
when the sun hits it, it turns a little darker.
And you guys are still carving through this like heavy mist that's still all around you, around 60 feet, as you guys are pushing in a direction that would be continuing northwest, but billowing a little bit more to the left.
And we don't know about the faces yet?
So
That it's magic? That's all
It's
I know?
enchantment.
It's enchanted?
What do the faces look like?
it's like a carved. It's like a surface carved. It's like marble-looking stone, and you can tell that faces are carved into it.
They're the same face or different faces?
Different faces, but they're like looking at each other
Oh.
if you put them together.
So sweet.
Make them kiss.
Like salt and pepper shakers with magnets.
I have.
You do remember that Edna was able to help Fauna with her hat.
Oh, yes. So I'm going
It's
to
a
run and
reminder.
find Edna.
DM.
Thank you. I'm going to run and find Edna.
So Edna is currently in the corner of one of the ships, on the top of the ship, rocking back and forth in the fetal position.
Edna, are you okay?
I just don't know if the sea life's for me.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
To be honest, I don't think the sea life is for any of us, really.
Can I have some of that ale that your friends are drinking?
No! Yeah. Lilith.
Well,
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
endless.
Thank you.
And the
to
sail.
her.
Okay.
Go
May
on.
I have a little, just a taste, just to try?
You can stick your pinky in like my father, who I do not talk
It
about
seems that
anymore.
after she drinks a bit, she's a bit calmer. She's like a
Give
little.
to me.
She's still shaking. She's
She's
just like
sorry,
sitting there.
I didn't mean to laugh. I don't talk to my dad either.
The first trip was very, very calm in comparison.
Yeah, we tend to attract some things.
Okay.
So,
Do you need
sorry.
help?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you look at? I'm gonna pull out the little carved faces in the ring. And like, can you take a look at these and do you know anything about them or?
Yes. Let me check and see if I'm able to understand maybe those properties you think.
Yes. Moira did detect magic, and these are charmed.
Enchanted.
Enchanted, and then the ring has some little runes on the inside.
Well, great. Let me do that.
Runic carvings. Runic-
She
runic
touches it,
carvings?
and she, you can see that a spark of energy kind of hits her hand as she touches the ring, and she goes, "Oh." She sees it as you look at it as she's casting the spell on it. You can tell that the ring on the outside, it like glows this like bright blue, it's got this kind of opal, like almost like a topaz look to it as it glows. And she puts it in her hand, and she goes, "Oh, this is interesting. This is a ring of swimming. So if you wear this, you have a speed of 40 feet while wearing this ring for swimming."
Oh, well, I know who's getting that. What about these?
No! I'm a rock!
Of course
yes,
you're gonna
yes.
have it. Like, ring of swimming, you need it.
So she looks over these ones, and as she's looking at the faces,
I cannot
Galen's
see
looking
anything.
at
It's so
my
close to
book.
me.
She it glows in her hands for a bit, and the marbled stone kind of, and you can see as she's casting it that the stone, like wisps of something, like go from one stone to the other from the mouths that are open, and like almost as if they're speaking to one another. And she's like, "Oh, well, these are fascinating. You have, these are called, from what I've heard, they're quite old as well. They're sending stones."
Sending stones.
Walkie-talkies.
Yes. So when you touch one stone, you can use it to cast sending from it, and then the other person who has this is able to speak. So it's essentially a way to speak to somebody.
Who's far away from you?
Yes.
Whoever
Is
has
there
the other side.
Whoever has
Is
the
it
other
the same?
Yeah.
The same distance as sending? Same. This spell, or is it?
Yes, it's whatever the spell is, which is. Let me describe it to you guys so you know.
wait, actually, I just
we ever
gave
get
a
split
sending
up.
thing.
Yeah.
I have it. It's unlimited range.
Oh wow.
The other
Yeah.
end.
As long as
We
you're on
have
the same
both.
volume.
We have both.
Yeah, we got two.
So
As
if
long
we
as you're
ever
on the
go
same
on
time.
different, you know,
Yeah, see,
one
like,
We have
ship,
walkie-talkies.
That's
The most
that's great.
treasure we found.
Stone
That was very
walkie-talkies.
good.
Yes.
My God.
She hands them back to you. And you can use that once per day for sending.
I'm practicing.
And I'll send you. I'll give you an item card, a specific item card on that.
Okay.
Once we have it prepped and ready to go.
I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna find Moira. I'm gonna hand her.
Actually, if you want to give that to her for now, because I have the same one and I just forgot to bring it. That's why I was looking at the break.
I'm gonna give her 2 emeralds and the ring.
You keep the emeralds. I want to collect like 1 million rings on top of my gauntlets so that they look very. But also, I'll take this
I'll
wedding ring.
take
'cause
an
I'm-
emerald.
Yeah, give it to her.
Yeah,
give my emerald to her.
Okay.
I want her to have all these beautiful little things.
Take
She's
the ring
adorable.
then. I'm holding it.
Thank you, Moira.
Of course. I can swim now, sort of.
Look at
Kind-
my
not really.
treasure.
Not really. If I drown
To
with
get
this
some
thing on, I'm gonna be
jewelry
so
next time.
pissed.
So I can put
I
on
keep
foot.
forgetting I have
Yes. Hanging
I
down.
don't have- Oh yeah, you've got your bracelet to fireballs. And I don't have this ring.
Damaging.
I've got the carved
You know, we
faces
could
of
probably
Sunday.
find a way to brand a jewel into your skin.
Like an implant
Yes.
into it.
Yes.
I'm into it.
I'm gonna find Gylon and show him my emerald.
Okay, so Gylon is attempting to avoid you since the interaction, and he seems very busy tying a rope on the top of the deck as you approach him.
Gylon, I know you're busy right now, but I know it's okay. But look, it's an emerald. Isn't it pretty? What's that face mean? I don't understand you. I'm just gonna say that you said it's pretty, and I'm gonna hold it close to my heart, and then I'll talk to you later. Bye.
And he just kind of like looks so frustrated, like every single time he tries is failing. And you guys can all see his body, and like he accidentally lets go of some of the rope and then has to tie it back. Just for
I'm
the
just gonna
interaction.
give him a thumbs up.
Fauna, if I may
Pay
say,
attention to the rope.
he doesn't really have the best social skills anyway, so I don't really know if you're missing out.
I know, but you know, I feel like one day I'll be able to help him be more comfortable around me.
Yes, perhaps.
How would you do
And
that?
also, one day I've already figured out how to regrow his tongue for him, but it's gonna take me a long time to get that powerful. But one day I'm gonna regrow his tongue, and one day I'm gonna bring my brother back. I just have to work really hard to learn those things and get really good at my spell casting.
You'll get there.
You will.
Thank you.
I'm really charmed by Fauna's crush, and I've decided I'm gonna root for her.
She's 12 years old.
Not yet. She
I'm
said she's in
13.
for the long term.
I'm 13.
I said it, she's
Not
running
yet,
the long
but
game.
The long game. I root for her in the long game.
If he
Thank
likes
you,
her,
Rowan. That
So
means
do
so
we
much
all,
to
but
me.
not.
Today.
It should not take up our attention.
What am I getting from the book?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The long
So
game.
you're gonna have to spend the rest of the day
Thank
reading
you,
this.
Rowan.
So
Wow.
as all of you guys spend the rest of the day moving in this direction, you see that maybe you guys had passed through the deepest, darkest part of that storm that had come along the way from the very kind of a long downpour that had happened overnight. As you guys continue to push northwest, ears fell off. You continue to push northwest. You guys can tell that there's a slight break within the mist. Now, there's still mist there, and the clouds are still ever present, but you can at least see that as the sun's setting, against the thicker clouds, a red sky, which is always a good sign as you
Red
see it.
sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning.
I know that
Oh, that's a helpful song to know.
Very.
And
It's
all
true.
as she started singing it, all the other people on deck started singing it, and you guys all just looked at it. Night, sailors delight, red sky and morning, sailors take warning.
Dranisha's a boost.
Hi ho, hi ho. All right, so
All
as
the songs,
the
we don't know. We don't know.
Oh, we don't own them.
We don't own them.
all right, so as they sing all different songs as the shanties continue, you guys continue pushing northwest. As you guys are doing this, you can catch that though the sun is red in the sky, the mist is still sticking around, which is very frustrating. Just trying to see beyond what you could see. And though it's no longer 60 feet or so that it's blocking your vision, it's still somewhere around 500 feet. It's slowly dissipated, and you can tell from the warmth and the heat of the clouds. You hope tomorrow, if it's going to be a brighter day, that at least it will decimate some of this mist that's around you.
I'm still drinking.
Dissipate and decimate.
I put my clothes back
Thank
on.
you.
I think we'll have better luck sunbathing tomorrow. I throw her clothes over her. She's a little drunk. And it's getting cold.
Thank you.
As you
You're
guys
a
get
good
ready for
friend.
night,
Anytime.
Walton comes up to you.
Hey,
Hi.
did you see us climb down the ship and go on the other ship and get the people?
I saw that. I saw you running. I saw you jumping. I saw you climbing.
Did you see when the rope burned my legs?
I saw that.
I might need some ointment. If
And he just like he brings you downstairs the moment he hears that, and he pulls you underneath one of the boats.
And we kiss for the first time. No, come down here. It's going to get loud.
Tama's just in her room like, what the fuck? Tama's like,
Do you
Slinger's just standing there.
It finally happened.
do you spontaneously breathe fire whenever it's going well?
I breathe fire at the end. Caroline knows you.
Don't burn the boat. Close your mouth.
Okay, I have
Blow it
corks.
out your nose.
I have corks for that.
The fact that all you guys are screaming to her as she's under the boat, like,
But have fun.
We're excited for her.
be safe. Thin boat walls.
You're so excited for her all the time.
Well, she's of age, so.
Hey, Fauna,
exciting
we need
for
to work
you
on
in
your
the
jealousy there. It's not very becoming for a lady.
What did you say? What is? So. Because she was.
She said you're always so happy. She's down there, so I'm up here. You're always so happy for her, like that.
So as the night progresses in different ways,
You
in
don't get
different
it?
capacities,
Like me with
Moving on.
you guys make it successfully through the night without any problems. A full rest. You guys are recharged, feeling good. Whether it be drinking or counting your goods or
getting a workout.
That's
I
what
wish
you
I
call
was
it.
getting a workout. I'd hit up Guiline, but he doesn't have a tongue, so.
Whoa!
But he has other appendages. We
Some
think.
other
We
animals.
don't know.
Rowan and no works with you on your.
We don't know what else
Your
he
drawing.
doesn't have.
Yeah.
Like the two of you guys maybe like work on some drawing skills as the day progresses and
Yeah.
gets better and better.
I'm gonna show Moira the things of sending. And be like, look, Moira!
We found these stones!
Look at these stones!
We found magic stones. I'm very
As we're
excited.
just hiding in the corner away from all the chaos.
Yeah, and by the way, like right now it's loud below deck, so if you guys want to sleep.
I'm reading my book.
It's in the morning. It's
Is it
still
not?
happening.
No, it's
Okay.
nighttime.
She can't do it all night.
Oh,
Wait,
I'm
make
a
a roll a
barbarian.
Constitution
What
saving
time of
throw.
day?
A what?
Dragonborn.
A
Constitution saving throw. I love doing this.
Holy.
For what?
Oh, 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's okay. So that's 17 hours. So
Shit.
Well, I am a barbarian.
She'll need some ointment now.
you can end it whenever you want, but you could go for 17 hours. Is what the thing
We
is.
don't go. It's been a while.
But let's see if Walton's okay.
I'm a
Oh my god.
He's not okay.
Walton unfortunately can't keep up with you, Dranisha, and passes out about 30 minutes into your adventure together.
I come out of the boat, it's morning, and I went, well, at least I have ointment on my burns.
Oh my gosh. PG-13.
I didn't mean that kind of ointment.
Okay. So funny.
Before
I'm dying.
before bed, I reanimated my zombies at night again.
Okay, so you reanimate your zombies. You read the book, and
Tell me.
as you're reading the
about
book,
this
you learn a lot of
17
things, but you catch that this is a book that seems to be of a very specific point in time of her life. And what you read is this. When I was transformed into a vampire, I wasn't expecting this. I've been bound for some time and thankfully was able to break against the service that I was supposed to do, being from Byzanter. Well, I'm used to it. It's just a shame because I feel like I owe him my life and my love, and I have a feeling that where I'm going to is going to be my doom. You learn a lot as you read into this about her love, this love that she had for this person, and it's very hard sometimes to read the name and the inscription of whoever she's writing about. You learn that she had been turned into a vampire after dying, after being a fighter originally, a very strong one at that. She went into this kind of strange hybrid where she was able not just to transform into a bat or rodent, but she could burst into a cloud of bats or a cloud of carpet of rats. She had a very specific sort of talent from the way that she had been brought into this world as a vampire. You're catching as you're reading this that she was attempting to call back her soul, or essentially figure out who she once was, so she was no longer beholden to this strange person that had evoked this form of her. You find out that she almost died in her vampiric form formerly at the battle, this big battle in this fortress, and then somebody offered his own blood to heal her unconscious body at the time, and then all of a sudden she felt like it became love, and she was in love. And she began to fight alongside him, alongside these things called the Zulkirs, these things called the Red Wizards. You learn about how she followed them to Byzanter, and they were forced to abandon there in the face of someone named Zastam. You can read from there that she went aboard one of the vessels and she was aware that she could not fight properly being a vampire on this boat, but that this was the only way that she was going to be able to fight, is if she were on a boat for this particular fight, for this marine fight that's hard to understand. There's a lot of lost pages in the middle, but you catch that this love of hers nearly killed this person, Zagoth, that was out to get her, and at the last moment, Zagoth grabbed her and broke through the railing of the ship and plummeted into the sea. And due to the nature of her vampire form, she had started to dissipate like acid in water. The person that loved her had followed her into the sea and took her body, and apparently her vampiric form dissolved within his hands. But from what you can gather here, maybe some of the practices that she had done had successfully worked in terms of her attempting to ensure that she could be reformed. But it was going to be at the cost of some sort of dissection of soul and body. And finally, towards the end of the book, you catch the name, and the name is Barris.
Barris! Who's Barris? You know this guy?
Yeah.
I don't. We were gone. We were on another thing.
You met Barris. He was the guy who took us through the tunnel to get out of.
He's the deformed creature that we were in that dark. He sort of got us from the god of death from Kalembor's circle in Thay.
I think I was there.
Yes, you were. And he was like pustules all over his
We
body.
followed
Barris.
him.
There was a circle of something.
Kalemvor.
Oh, the thing
that
that we went in.
The underground tunnel with all the nature
That
and
guy's
stuff.
house.
Yeah, that was him. That was Barris.
Okay.
She was drunk.
Yes.
Classic.
So you read this, and then the morning breaks. In the morning, as you guys all kind of wake up, whether you slept below deck or above deck to avoid circumstances or things, you have learned this, Moira. You have rested well, thankfully.
Yes.
And everyone's had a safe night's passage. You can catch that the mist now has kind of cleared away as the sun is breaking over the eastern sky.
Yes. Did I get any rest at all, or did I just stay up all night to read the book?
You slept the tail end of the night. I would say you would have to sleep an extra 4 hours in order to
Okay.
catch up for what you've lost. So you guys are all above deck before Moira has passed out.
Has she communicated to anyone?
Yeah, I'm sharing what I've learned.
Look, Edna says I resemble someone called Picasso.
Wow.
That's just rather, you know, handsome.
I think it might have been a little more bulbous than that. But
What was?
all over everything.
Yes, Picasso is a very well-known artist in Greenest, and I'll have to introduce you to him. He's a fantastic
Oh, I'd
person.
love that.
Yes, I think you have some raw
give me
talent.
a lesson.
Yes, he actually does great pottery classes
I
too.
rather like drawing. Who knew?
So the diary.
Yes.
Tameth was writing this diary when she was a vampire. So she's been a vampire for a while. And there was this big marine battle. Zastam, the emperor of Thay, or ruler or whatever, drove out the Red Wizards, which is who she was fighting with. The Zolkir, I think. And I don't know what this is, but a name, Zagoth. It or they tried to kill her, I assume in that boat where we were, dragged her underwater, and the person that she loved, who made her, I think, a vampire in the first place, saved her initially by giving blood, saved her life, but she had to separate her soul and her body as a vampire.
Did we kill her soul last night?
No, I don't think so. She's still here.
But her body.
I think perhaps we might have killed her soul.
What's a banshee? I don't.
Oh, I
A
don't know.
shapeshifter banshee with the face of Tameth?
Possibly, because that was where she technically died.
I'd like to roll
But-
insight on this diary and see if it's perhaps fictitious.
In order to understand the diary, you probably have to read the book to see if you pick up anything else. But unfortunately, insight would only work on a person or a creature.
Can she read the book?
You could. I mean,
Take a
it's
day.
still there. It
But
would
here's
take a day.
the point of the story. Her lover, the person that saved her and potentially turned her into a vampire in the first place, was Barris.
Poor lowly Barris.
That guy who walked us through
The big, yes,
Tunnel.
with all the, yes.
Is he back? Is he still alive? We could take her back to him.
We're not
Yeah,
going
he's still alive, but he's all the way in Thay. All the way, well, deeper into Thay than we are, in the
I
forest.
mean, we could send a message to him. I have a scroll.
Sure.
I mean, but should we save it?
It's up to you. It's your scroll.
As you guys are saying this, you hear from the top of the crow's nest, like a bell going off. And you see here is just ringing the bell very avidly.
Oh, no.
And then points out. And what you see before you guys, far in the distance, but you're getting closer to it, you hadn't realized that your boat is picking up speed as you're getting drawn closer and closer to what appears to be a massive whirlpool. And we'll end there today.
No! I hate water! Yeah. I hate water.
It's gonna be fun, you guys.
Ring of swimming now.
Oh my gosh.
Go left. Love it.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Find out what happens with the whirlpool next
We're definitely gonna need water
Sunday,
breathing.
3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're gonna give away the final Idol Champions code of the day. So
Don't be so scared, Moira.
we're closing out.
When I die.
In 3, 2, 1.
I can feel it.
Oh, no, you won't die.
Fauna
You might die.
Okay.
we'll figure it out. She can cast water breathing.
Congratulations, the Runt 81 for winning your Idol Champions code.
So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Follow us at Girls Guts Glory on everything. Also, girlsgutsgloryrpg.com to find more info and all our videos. We have some thank yous. Erica?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, sorry. Let me write down the winner before I.
Congrats, everybody.
We have
new dice.
We have new dice. Thanks to Dice Bard.
Thank you.
Like so pretty.
I love
shiny.
them. I love how heavy they are.
They're metal dice.
Shiny. Ooh.
And we have such an awesome crew who's been helping us every week. So let's give a shout out to them. We have Major and Jake and Doris and usually Naomi and Kelen.
Boy, Kelen.
2 L's and we have Jen.
Yes.
We have
taking care of
everyone,
us and
and
so
they're
thank you
so
to
great
everybody involved.
and
They're
keeping us on.
Also, thanks to Mass by Mars.
And
by Mars.
campaign coins.
And campaign coins.
For giving us lots of stuff that makes really nice sounds when we get.
For us
Should
to
I put
loot.
these back in my
To Nick and to Matt for the music.
Yeah,
as
Nick
always.
Crine and
Nick Crine and
Matt
Matt Dayhan.
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 I was gonna say Dahan.
Dahan. He likes both.
Dayhan.
Dayhan.
Yeah, great. All the music is original from Nick Crine and Matt Dayhan. So,
Amazing.
It is. It's
cool.
lovely. Also,
and
thanks to our
Miss
lovely
Allie
bard.
Gonino, who will play music.
Yes.
So,
Her lovely, lovely.
anyway, thank you for tuning in.
See you next
See you next week.
Baby.
Bye. We love you.
Baby. No.
Stay scared.
Sponsored by Wizards of the Coast.